come out week in and week out, prophesy the downfall of this wicked society and the upliftment of the kingdom of heaven. We want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, B'Hakudah. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who are the elders of Yasharallah, and a sincere salutation to all you Akim, who are preaching this word and believing this word in all truth and in sincerity. Now let's get Sirach 36. 36 and 1. Because every empire has an end, right? Every empire that began has an end. It has a rise and it has a fall. And we're at the point of a new fall, a fall of another empire. That empire is the Western world as you know it, man. Beginning with America, which is Mystery Babylon according to the Bible.
Sirach 36 and verse 1. Have mercy upon us, O Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, power of all, and behold us, and send thy fear upon all the nations that seek not after thee.
And that's exactly what the Lord is starting to do. He's starting to send his judgments against you atheists and you other heathen nations, man. You Elamites, you Moabites, all you other nations are starting to feel the judgment of the Lord. You said the Lord don't exist. Well, the Lord's going to introduce you to himself through bloodshed. All right, the Lord's not going to come down here and negotiate with you. The majority of your nations are going to die, man. You got it all.
Verse 3, lift up thy hand against the strange nations and let them see thy power.
Exactly, and the Lord is releasing his power. Matter of fact, let's get Matthew the 24th chapter.
Where you going? Bring it out.
This is Job chapter 14, verse 5.
I say you're trying to go to
I
this place.
start at verse 4.
Oh.
Who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean?
Right?
Not one. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass.
Exactly. The inception of America was given to the Lord, man. The Lord gave that up to Esau Edom, man. The Lord gave this time period up to Esau Edom. Just like he gave the Medes their time, the Babylonians their time, the Lord has given the so-called white man his time to rule, and that time to rule is coming to an end. All right, and that's where we're at. We're at the end of another age. All right, the Roman Empire is being destroyed. And the Lord is about to establish his kingdom, all right, the kingdom of heaven, which consists of the nation that you look down upon. That's the nation that the Lord has chosen. They are put here for a punishment for their captivity. You got it.
Verse 4, as thou wast, Sirach 36 and 4, as thou wast sanctified in us before them, and let them know thee as we have known thee, that there is no power but only thy own power.
And that's what the Lord is doing. The Lord is making that known. The Lord is making that manifest, all right? That there is no power except the Heavenly Father, man. And the only way he's going to introduce himself to you heathens is through judgment, man. Because the Lord does not need the validation of heathen nations. The Lord don't even need validation from his own people, man. How much more so the heathens, who the Lord has counted less than nothing and vanity, man. Matter of fact, yeah, you got it.
Verse 6, it says, shew new signs and make other strange wonders.
All right, and what's the new sign, all right? There's been a record-breaking flood in Venice, in Italy right now. Those are new signs, man. Uproars of the people, Hong Kong, Chile, all right, yellow vests, the destruction in the Middle East, the wildfires in California. All of these are new signs from the Heavenly Father that this reign is over. This empire is over. Australia, what happened in Australia?
Fires, man.
Fire?
Done.
Wow.
You can't even keep up, man. And like the brother brought out, said record breaking. Everything is record breaking.
Yeah.
Everything. Every time you turn around, record breaking cold front, record breaking hurricanes, record breaking earthquakes. You know, earthquakes in places that never had earthquakes. Earthquakes in Iraq. You know, can't even keep up.
There you go.
If I can say this, another new sign is the Hebrew Israelites raising up so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, which was said that we wasn't the Lord people. We are the Lord's people, as what the Bible say. That's a new thing to the peoples on the earth, man. So back in Sirach, chapter 36, verse 7, raise up indignation, which is righteous anger, and pour out wrath, take away the adversary, and destroy the enemy.
And that's exactly what we're praying that the Lord does. We're praying that the Lord destroys our adversary. And who is our adversary? The so-called white man in the other nations, all right? Ever since you got here, they've done nothing to you but destruction. And the only way they'll laugh and have a good time with you is if they win and beat you at it, all right?
Do you think that I'm your adversary?
Your nation is our adversary, yes.
Lovely nation.
Your nation is our adversary, yes. What did you say?
Lovely nations.
Love what nations?
Love the nations.
Love what nations?
Our nation.
Who is your nation?
America.
What's your lineage according to your father? What's your lineage?
What's that?
What's your nationality according to your father?
I love all people.
I ain't asked you that. It's a simple question.
No.
What is your nationality
I understand.
according to your father?
I understand what
Hold
you're
on.
saying.
I'm
Is
asking
that
you a
American or what are you saying?
question. What's your father lineage?
What's your heritage?
American.
What's your heritage?
American.
American.
not a
Mexican American.
That's not a nationality.
You don't think
Mexican
so?
American?
Mexican American.
Yeah.
You a Mexican?
Hey,
My mom's from
we're
Mexico.
all.
Ho, ho.
Hey,
I asked
wait,
on your
hang on.
father's side.
We're all from Texas, yeah.
No, on your father's side. Anyway,
Okay.
verse 8. Make the time short. Remember the covenant and let them declare thy wonderful works.
And that's exactly what the mouthpieces of the Lord are doing, man. The Lord's people are starting to come back to their heritage and stand and claim and proclaim truth, man.
Let me say
Whether
this.
this world like it or not.
Let me say this, man.
All right, let's go.
Let me say this real quick. Oh, he gone. I'm finna tell him.
Good.
Fucking devil. You got it up.
I got a quick precept because the Edomite asked, am I your enemy, right?
Come.
Yeah, you are our enemy. You're our adversary.
Right.
Said Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai.
Right.
And this is the reason why. Obadiah chapter 1 verse 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee,
Come.
and thou shalt be cut off forever.
Exactly, and shame is beginning to cover the so-called white man, man. Beginning with the Lord's people, or the elect of those, the laborers who are proclaiming truth out here in the streets, man. Or on the internet using the unicorn, man. And then under that, you have other nations who are starting to proclaim the wickedness of the Western world. All right, they just use other names. They don't call it Edomite. They say the West,
Right.
or they say the Americans. All right.
Right.
But it's all Edom. It all goes back to Edomites. The only difference is that we're dealing with the source name. We're calling them out as the source name, what they were when they began. All right. They are the Edomites, man. They're not Americans. They're not Russians. They're not French. They're Edomites. You got it, huh?
Come. Back at verse 9. Let him that escapeth be consumed by the rage of the fire. That's talking about you elites. You're gonna be able to go into your $1 billion submarines. You're gonna be able to hide into the space station, into your doomsday bunkers, right?
And Salaki, and that's going into you, all of you people who escape famine,
Come.
you escape martial law, you escape the race riots.
Come.
The Lord said, let you be consumed by that fire, man.
Come.
Let you be touched by that.
Sirach 36 and 9. Let him that escapeth be consumed by the rage of the fire, and let them perish that oppress the people.
Woo! Let them perish that oppress the people, man.
Good.
And that's self-explanatory.
Come.
All right, the so-called white man Esau Edom loves to play the victim, but your actions speak louder than your words, man. You're not a victim, man. And everything that's going on with the planet is in your hands. It says the world was given into the hands of the wicked, man.
Ooh. This next line explain it.
You got it, huh?
Verse 10. Smite and sunder the heads of the rulers of the heathen, that say there is no other but we.
Exactly. Because you think you in those G8, G7 summits,
Wow.
and you think you by yourself.
Good.
No, Yahweh Shem Shai has eyes on you, man.
Right.
The Lord is watching your counsels. The Lord has eyes in your deep secret places where you think nobody can see you and hear you discuss your plans for the next world to come, man.
Good.
The Lord is peeping every scene. And he already gave us what your intentions were, man.
Good.
Before you had a G7 summit. The Lord told us what you was going to try to do, man.
Good.
And it's all coming to fruition. And you think you smart, man.
Verse 11 is the kicker. Gather all the tribes of Jacob together and inherit thou them as from the beginning.
And that reminds me of the day the world stood still, man. That movie, where at the end, Keanu Reeves was going around different ponds and having them all get gathered together because he was going, the earth was going to be destroyed, man.
Right,
That's what the Lord is doing with these small sanctuaries. The Lord has us out here gathering the hopeful elect, whether it be out here in person or on the unicorn on the internet, man. The elect is being gathered and sealed. Once they're sealed in their foreheads, then the end shall come, man. The only reason the Lord is holding back destruction is for the sake of the elect, man, that they may be gathered from this place. Once they are gathered, the Lord is going to allow the four winds of destruction, to cover this place and destroy many people.
Hey, so I want to get 2 quick precepts, and I'm going to pass the torch. Back in Ecclesiastes 36, in verse 5, it reads, "And let them know thee, as we have known thee, that there is no power but only thou, O power." Right?
Let them know who's he talking to? Who is the he that he's talking? He's talking about the elect, man.
Good.
The men and that fear the Lord, man. That's what he's really talking about. Let them know it. We want you to know that fear, man.
Right.
You know?
Hey, because that's how the Lord introduced us to him.
Huh.
We were moved by fear. That was how, the only difference is the Lord didn't make us physically feel it.
Right.
He made us feel it in the spirit. He was like, hey, this is what I'm going to do. And he put the spirit on us to believe him.
Right.
And now that we believe him, he's going to manifest it. That's why in the beginning it said, let what we believe in, let it be magnified on them, man. The same fear that we have of you, let it be magnified on them in judgment.
Right.
Actually doing it to them, because they don't hear it.
Right. So I'm going to read these again. It says, "Let them know thee, as we have known thee, that there is no power but only thou, O power." Now this is Isaiah 43:10. "Ye are my witnesses, saith the Lord Yahweh, and my servant whom I have chosen, that ye may know and believe me, and understand that I am he. Before me there was no power formed, neither shall there be after me."
And who is, so Yahushua, when he came, he said, I'm here to testify. All right? The ones under him are doing the same thing. According to our measures, man. We're testifying, and we're the witnesses of Yahweh Shah. What are we witnesses unto? The wickedness on this planet. We're witnesses unto the Lord's everlasting mercy.
Right.
That the Lord is willing to abundantly pardon if you come back in humility and truth and in sincerity. We're witnesses unto that. We're witnesses unto how these people are conducting themselves in the time of mercy. When the Lord is giving our people abundant liberty to do everything that they please in hopes that they would choose the Lord and not be forced to go under the yoke of the covenant, man. But now the Lord is starting to close the breaches, because as prophesied, 2/3 will have to be dragged into the kingdom. They will have to be dragged into their position of rulership, man.
I just got to read this one more verse. Verse 6, it says, "Show new signs and make other strange wonders." Hey, man, listen. Wisdom of Solomon 5:1, man. "Standing in great boldness before the face of them that afflicted us." That's a new sign, man. It reads, "Glorify the hand of thy right arm," which is who? The elect of Israel, man. "That they may set forth thy wondrous works." And that's what the elect doing, man. The hopeful elect, man. They send forth his wondrous works. Which is what? Destruction for 2/3, destruction for the heathens, and salvation for the elect, man.
Hey, shalom to the brother we got next, Mac. Shalom.
Shalom, Mark.
Yahweh
Shalom, Shalom, brother.
That was fucking your baby daddy.
This is Amos chapter 3 and 7. "Surely the Lord power will do nothing, but
Read that out one more again. Surely the Lord will do what?
surely the Lord power will do nothing, but revealeth his secrets."
What does that mean? Surely the Lord will do nothing. What does that mean?
He ain't coming off the throne for nobody.
Exactly. Because the Lord is he's the omnipotent, he's a power, man.
Omnipotent, right?
He passes out, he delegates judgments, right? So who does he delegate his judgments to? Go ahead, read it off the top.
Surely the Lord power will do nothing, but he revealeth his secrets unto his servants, the prophets.
Got it?
Hey, and that goes back to the Lord saying what? Saying that we are his witnesses, man.
Right.
Because he gave us the blueprint. He was like, look, this is what I'm going to do on the planet. I need you to go out there and stand up for me against the workers of iniquity. And he put the spirit on us to do so, man. That's why we out here speaking truth boldly, man. Prophecy is power. Prophecy is power. To proclaim what's going to happen before it actually happens is power, man. Yeah, the Lord got to put our people out of their misery.
It's fucking 50 degrees out, and she walking around with her ass out, man.
Say Jordan's in Zion.
This is Psalm chapter 149, and I'll start at 4. It says, "For the Lord taketh pleasure in his people. He will beautify the meek with salvation."
Hey, he will beautify the meek with salvation. Meaning those of the nation of Israel who are humble enough, who could swallow their pride and say, look, I've been living my life the wrong way, and I'm going to come back to the Heavenly Father. Because I actually believe what he said he's going to do. I'm going to actually humble down and do what I was told, man.
You fear him out?
Yeah. Which is the only way you can begin to have wisdom. The beginning of wisdom is what? To fear the Lord, man. So the Lord first introduces himself through fear. Now the world is going to feel it.
Hey, Sluggy, because they forgot about the Heavenly Father. They forgot about Egypt. They forgot that he's, what they call it, how you say it? Shaja, the terrible demon-like power.
Right.
They forgot. They think Esau Edom is the terrible demon-like power because he made fire rain from heaven. They forgot. He gonna refresh your memory.
And they won't never refresh it.
I got a quick pre to back that up. This is Psalms chapter 47 and verse 2. "For the Lord Yahweh Most High is terrible. He is a great king over all the earth. He shall subdue the people under us and the nations under our feet."
Exactly. The same way we're separated right now in curses, we're going to be separated in blessings, man. The Lord said he's going to subdue these nations under our feet. All we have to do is serve our Father in his house, man. Serve our Father in building up the third temple, man, in the spirit. That's all we have to do. The Lord's going to take care of the nations. You want women, the Lord's going to subdue this world so that you can have your heart's desire. Your job is to serve the house of your Father. You know what he like to catch up at? Put the ketchup where it belongs. You know what he like you to have on when you in his house, man? That spiritual garment. Put it on or not. You ain't got to, man. Because the Lord has consequences for those who refuse to serve the Lord in obedience, man. That's why I say, then shall they be in pitiful case, which have abused my ways when they yet had liberty. Our people have liberty to stand in lines for hours to wait on a chicken sandwich, but they ain't got the liberty or mind to follow Yahweh Shem Yahushua with all this freedom they got.
If I can say real quick, the brothers in Miami brought it out. Jake naturally got a zeal for the Lord, man. You naturally want to love the Lord. You know, it's just in our spirit, man. You naturally order your steak well done. You just naturally do righteous things, man.
Hey, but the ways of the wicked have seduced our people, man. Because our people have been taught not to embrace their natural spirit, man. Because they've been, look, you low, you an animal, you a beast. So what do our people do? They try to follow after the ways of the other nations, hoping that they'll get that stain off of them, man. And that stain is the curses, man. And they figure if they can follow some other way, that they'll receive rest in this place. And there is no rest for us in this place.
That's why it says, why trimmest thy ways to seek love?
Exactly. Going into what the brother said, you naturally love to do these things, man. Even when you go into to the church, man. You know, when you see when you hear the choir singing, you can kind of feel the spirit. That's how people really get caught up in them places, man.
Right.
Because you can feel it. You hear the daughters of Zion singing, and you get that spirit in you, man.
Right.
Their zeal, they go hard body. Even on Sister Cherry, they go hard body, man. For that Babylon juice.
Yeah, man.
They got a zeal, but not according to
knowledge. And it's beautiful. I always thought about it when we hear those choirs singing, even with Kanye and his wicked ass church service. When you hear that choir sing, I be thinking to myself, man, the songs in the kingdom.
Yeah, man.
With all of that talent, calling on Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man, your heart gonna melt, man.
What it is they singing a song, right? But they singing that old song, that old Christianity.
Right. Right.
Babylon
Right,
Jews song.
right.
They ain't singing the new song.
Right.
They still sleep. They ain't
Right.
got the lyrics to the new song yet.
Done.
They gonna get it in the kingdom though.
Oh man, you got me getting stir me up.
Go for it.
Bring it out.
Hey, cause our people, like the brother said, and that's the only people our Lord is pleased to have serve him, man. Cause hey, you ain't gonna have no church full of Moabites and feel the spirit of the Lord. I'm sorry, it ain't going down like that, bro. You ain't gonna have a room full of Elamites singing about the Lord and it's gonna pop and you gonna feel it. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
How can you sing the Lord's song in a strange land, man?
Psalms chapter 2, verse 1. Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing?
Yeah, the people, the other nations, they imagine themselves in the kingdom of heaven, singing side by side with the people who had to suffer and go through hell to reach that promise that was given to their forefathers. They imagine that they're gonna see themselves sitting side by side with the people who actually had to be disciplined by the Lord as sons, had to be chastened. While they got to roam and run free, and at the end of the game, they get to sit by us and sing Kumbaya, man.
Done.
Nay, we've been through many captivities. Even if you join us in this captivity, it wouldn't be enough. Our nation been going through it, man. We ain't new to this, we true to this, unfortunately.
Done.
The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord Yahweh and against his anointed, saying, let us break their bands asunder and cast their cords from us. He that sitteth in the heaven shall laugh.
Right?
The Lord Yahweh shall have them in derision.
Yeah, so the same way we laugh at Moab, the Lord laugh at Moab. The same way we laugh at Elam thinking he gonna rule the world, the Lord's laughing at Elam too, man.
Done.
The same way Esau, Edom, the so-called white man think he's gonna rule for generations and we laugh at him, the Lord is laughing at him, man. Matter of fact, the Lord is laughing at him through us. If you can receive it, man. Just like in the day of judgment, when we eating and rejoicing and being merry and laughing at calamity, that's the Lord laughing through us, man.
Done.
Brought it out. Surely the Lord will do nothing, man.
Right.
The Lord ain't gonna come down from the throne and laugh at you.
Right.
He tried to do it once, but you ain't want the smoke.
Yeah.
You ain't want the smoke. He tried to come down out the clouds, which is a chariot, and you ain't want the smoke. You said, nah, Moses, you go ahead. We're gonna build this golden calf while you go up there and do this thing.
You know, on second thought, hey, you know, Jake, you know what, on second thought, you got it, man.
They're rumbling, they're thundering, oh, hell no.
Hey, that was beautiful too, because the Lord told him what? He said, look, don't go into your wives. Hey, because you got to be a certain level of clean to be next to me. To be even in the Lord's presence, you got to be a
Right.
certain level of clean.
Right.
That's why when Isaiah saw the vision, the coal had to be dropped on him, man. Because he said, man, I dwell amongst sinners, man.
Right,
I ain't even
right.
worthy to be over here. I
Right.
ain't even supposed to be seeing this. I'm supposed to be on the other side of that velvet rope. Hey, through the Spirit, we supposed to be on the other side, but we're here through the grace and mercy of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And we're covered by Yahushua, man. That's why we are able to be acceptable in the sight of Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
I want to bring this out because he has. Now I mentioned about the song. Before it could go, you know. This is Psalm 137:1. By the rivers of Babylon, there we sat down. Yeah, we wept when we remember Zion. We hanged our harps upon the willows in the midst thereof. For they that carried us away captive required of us a song. For there, Psalm 137:1. By the rivers of Babylon, there we sat down. Yeah, we wept.
Lock it. We doing that right now. We in Babylon again, all over again, man. This is Babylon the Great, and we weeping now. But we remembering Zion weeping. We're thinking about how lowly we felt. When we see our women and our men, and man, you got it out.
In the verse 3, for there, it said, for there they that carried us away captive required of us a song.
Even unto this day, man. Even unto this day, they require a song. That's why you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans feel the top Billboard charts, man.
Right, good.
Whether you writing the song or actually singing the song.
Good.
Because a lot of them so-called white people that's on the billboards, you Negroes wrote the songs, man. Because they always require of you a song, man. But they don't want you to just be, they don't want you to sing a beautiful way of saying that they're going into captivity. So of course you got to change the lyrics.
Right.
But they need that same spirit to have a good time.
Right.
Because you are the spirit of seasoned salt in the earth, man.
Here you go right here. And they that wasted us required of us mirth.
Exactly, man. Hey, that goes. Hey, that reminds me of 12 Years a Slave, man.
Yeah, man.
Where they had him in there playing the violin. After everything that they done to him, they want him to play some happy songs while they eat dinner.
Right.
They dance, man.
Right.
That's exactly what they doing. Man.
They go right back to slavery. Anytime you saw an Edomite, you got to smile and yes sir, master.
Yeah.
That's why go right now. When you at the workplace and you look down and depressed, they're like, "What's wrong with you?" They require that. They require that mirth.
Right. They ask me that
Because
constantly.
they know if you depressed, you remember in Zion. You remember that you're oppressed. They don't want that spirit.
That beautiful
man.
point out.
You're gonna be at the water cooler talking shit. Hey, this man got to work on his goddamn overtime. You know, they don't want that. Go ahead, Doc.
Sing us one of those songs of Zion. How shall we sing the Lord's song in a strange land?
Right.
So I had this, but I thought about that precept. This Revelation 14, I'm gonna start at 1. And I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on the Mount Zion, and with him 144,000, having his father's name written in their foreheads. And I heard a voice from heaven as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of a great thunder.
And this is how we know you are of the elect, man.
Come.
If you can dance to this song.
Right.
If when this song play, you two-step, we know you family.
Come.
If you don't, we know you're not family right now, man.
And I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps. And they sung as it were a new song
Right.
before the throne, which is the elect, and before the four beasts and the elders. And no man could learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth.
So the only ones who can sing that song properly is the 144K, man. You can't get around that. So if you don't two-step to this tune, then it ain't for you, man. If you can't get this message, it's because the Lord wants you to die out here, man. It's simple. And people don't think it's that simple for the Lord, but it really is, man. It's that calculated and that simple. There's a number that's going to be saved, and there's a number that's going to perish. And the Lord has diverse ways for those who perish to perish, man. Everybody according to their measure, just like in righteousness.
Right.
In judgment, the Lord has everybody according to their measure. You got some that's going to catch the teeth of wild beasts, man. They're gonna hit the wrong turn. They're gonna run into a pack of wild dogs, and that's the end of their movement. You're gonna have some that's gonna starve out, and they're gonna spend weeks thinking about their whole life flashing before their eyes as they pine away, man. And then it's the end of their movement. And then you got some people that's gonna survive all of that. They're gonna survive all of that just to see the missiles coming from the sky and watch the elect get beamed up, and that's the end of their movement. You got it, Doc.
If I can say real quick too, when you singing that song, you better know all the lyrics. You better be singing that song right, man. You better be singing that song right. 'Cause you got people that's mumbling words, mumbling the wrong words.
Mumbo jumbo.
Butchering the song. You gotta sing the song correctly. Go ahead, I'm
Singing that mumbo jumbo.
Right, mumble rap.
Verbal.
Moving their lips, trying to pass.
Good.
Pass by gracefully.
Hey, in the back of the choir. Hey, just moving their lips because they know
Yeah.
they sing. Everybody like, hold up. Hey, you know how the choir director used to be like, hold up. Tenors, sopranos, altos. Oh, it's somebody in altos. Isolate. Hey, that's how the Lord do. Hey, he say gonna search Jerusalem with candles, man.
You're gonna find the ones that don't know the lyrics.
And to the ones that know the song, we see, it's obvious you sing the song wrong.
Right.
We see, that's why we get on y'all, because you sing the song wrong.
Hey,
You got
that's beautiful.
But the ones that know the lyrics, they want to be out front. They want to be
Right,
like,
right.
get my shine.
Right.
Bowling. They like, get out the way, man. Let me get
Hey, that's beautiful.
But then you got brothers that's tapping the ones that's singing off key, and they doing this. Get your hands off me, man. I know what I'm doing. I'm in the choir too, man.
I can't go like that, man. Who you?
Yeah, right.
Good. Revelation 14:4. These are they which were not defiled with women, which is philosophers, for they are virgins. It said, these are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto power and to the Lamb.
So read the virgins again, real quick.
Revelation 14 and verse 4. It say, these are they which were not defiled with women, for they are virgins.
All right, and that virgin is not talking about actual women, all right?
Come.
For the simple ones. Now, I'm going to get a precept to back that up. All right, this is 2 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 2. For I am jealous over you with godly jealousy. For I have espoused you to one husband, that I may present you as a chaste virgin to Hamashiach.
And that's why we get on you by singing a song wrong, man. We coming up to the wedding, man. You better know how to sing that song. Your garment better be clean. You better be in order, man. Go ahead.
Hey, cause you'll do that and then some more with Esau. Esau tell you to tuck your shirt in. You pulling up before you clock in, and you tucking your shirt in, bro.
Right.
Turning your hat forward.
Yeah.
You had it backwards.
You coming in Esau house correct. You best come in your house by Shemal Shah's house correct.
Tighten it up before you get on
Tighten
the
up before they get on the job. They ain't gonna do it for you. How about you got a shot?
This Matthew 25 and 1. Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom. And 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish.
Right.
They that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them.
They came as they were, man.
Right.
They came as
That's that come as you are, right.
Yeah. If we had a wedding, we trying to get our shit all immaculate, right? And they just walking up, pants sagging, running their mouth.
Right.
You know, iron dye shit. You know what I'm saying?
They don't even know the bride, the husband's name.
God,
you know?
Didn't bring a gift.
Right.
God.
Ain't do nothing.
Hey, what's the gift? The sacrifice.
Right.
God. Beautiful.
But the wise,
Came up in the wedding, talking about some, where the reception at?
right, where the food at? Yeah.
You say it come as you are.
Good. Matthew 25 and 4. But the wise took oil in their vessel with their lamps. While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept.
And that's exactly what the wise ones are doing right now, man. We gathering that oil up, man. And we getting ready for a long winter, so to speak. We know the time of judgment is nigh, and it's gonna be a time where you ain't gonna be able to go to a video to get your spirits up.
Right.
You ain't gonna be able to go to a video to get you, to lift you up, put you in a good mood. Have another brother talk about the kingdom. You gonna have to deal with the oil you got in your lamp. You got up.
It's it. Matthew. Matthew 25 and 6. And at midnight there was a cry made. And that cry is in 1 Thessalonians when they say there was a shout. Right? As the voice of an archangel. They're talking about Yahushua. So it said at midnight there was a cry made. Behold, the bridegroom cometh. Go ye out to meet him. Then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps. And the foolish said unto the wise, give us of your oil, for our lamps are gone out. Now, so I'm gonna say, when you think about that, right? If we all got our lamps lit, right? Full of oil, we all fall asleep and wake up, and a couple of the brothers' lamps gone out, but the other lamps still burning. What happened?
You just relight the other lamp. But if everybody fall asleep on the watch, that's it.
Right, what I'm saying, right? If all our lamps lit, and we wake up, and one of the lamps gone out, but everybody else fire still burning.
You're going to relight the lamp.
Right. You can't relight it. The oil gone. The oil gone. Right? It say, then all the virgins arose, and they trimmed their lamps. And the foolish said unto the wise, give us of your oil, for our lamps are gone out.
You're right, because I did a lesson on that a while back.
I did too,
About trimming your lamp. You got to constantly do it.
Right.
Yeah, you're right.
So all 10 fell asleep.
Yeah, you're right.
Right, when they heard that voice, hey, let's go. They all woke up. 5 of them shit was burnt out.
Yeah, that's why I said when they went to go get the oil, they came back, we was ready in the gym.
Right.
Oh, wow. They said go to them that sell.
Right. Ain't no one that sell. Hey, that was a cold parable because
looking to and from, wandering.
They talking about go to them that sell. Everybody that was gonna sell, they was already finna get.
That's why they gonna go from the far country looking for that oil. Damn. Y'all watching us? Hey, y'all better repent, man.
Hey, verse 9 say, but the wise answer said, not so, lest there be not enough for us and you. But go ye rather to them.
Because we working out our own salvation, man.
Right.
This is a labor of love, but at the end of the day, I can't say this brother. He can't. We working out our own salvation.
Hey, that was the spirit for you to kick in and say that. Beautiful.
Hey, they say the righteous gonna scarcely be saved.
Right.
So each brother that's gonna get saved got just the right amount of oil for himself.
Right.
Exactly.
Oh, that's fire. Call Allah Yahweh Shema Shah. Wow, that's beautiful. Oh man, that's beautiful. Oh man, I lost my word. Verse 9. But the wise answer saying, not so, lest there be not enough for us and you, but go ye rather to them that sell and buy for yourselves.
Hey, that means once the word done went out and the famine of the word begins, hey, you on your own now, buddy.
Done deal.
Hey, whatever you got in your lamp, that's it. If you ain't got enough oil in your lamp, the Lord gonna catch you.
Come.
He gonna catch you unawares, man.
But if I may say this, it's a certain way you have to trim your lamp too, so that it can keep on burning.
Keep burning.
There's certain
Come.
ways you trim a lamp, it'll burn out quick.
Yeah.
You gotta trim it the perfect way, and that's how you do it.
Right.
This word,
It's
truth.
beautiful.
Temperate. It's got to be balanced. The
Right.
flame can't be too high. Like I always say, you running the race. When you read the scriptures, everything flows, man.
God.
This is a marathon. You can't be. You'll burn yourself out. You gotta pace yourself, man. Now you
Get
can't be a
Hebrews 12:1,
sluggard either because you get left behind. So you gotta pace yourself, man. Measure the time. Watch the brothers. You gotta keep up, man.
God.
You know.
Since you said that, go ahead and read that real quick.
Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 1. It says, wherefore, seeing we also are compassed about so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and sin which does so easily beset us, and let us run with patience unto the race that is set before us.
Look, real quick to me, it just popped in my mind with the daily motion, how we move in the daily motion. I ain't set my page up yet, but we all gonna do it. Because you gotta this thing is living waters, man. See what I'm saying? We running a race, you gotta keep up. That's the next step, man. You gotta fall in line, man.
And that's a part of following the Lamb whithersoever he goes, man.
Right.
Wherever he's at, you supposed to be, man.
Spirit moving.
Beautiful.
And the Lord, just like the Lord showing us that the famine of the word is coming, the Lord is starting to move the word from one platform to another.
Come.
So that those who can't keep up, you're gonna be left behind again.
But that don't give you an excuse to like I ain't gonna say, but you gonna know when the famine is here, man. A lot of brothers looking for excuses to put the plow down.
Yeah.
We ain't here yet, but we getting there gradually. But you gotta keep pushing, man. Don't be looking for an excuse to stop doing the work.
Right.
Yahweh Shem Yahushua gonna let you know, man, when it's time to put the plow down. You gonna knock it out your hand. You ain't gonna have no choice. You gonna try to. You gonna know, man. You got it, Ox.
And if you are the elect, he gonna have to knock it out your hand.
Exactly.
That's the only way you gonna stop. He gonna have to knock it out your hand. Because you already, at this point, you already in the game. Through the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shah, all you know is go. There's certain levels of go, but all you know is go. So the Lord literally gonna have to stop us from putting the work in, man. And even then, the work not gonna be televised. The work still gonna be getting done. It's just not gonna be televised at that point, man.
God, precept. This is Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 24. Then the Spirit entered into me and set me upon my feet and spake with me and said unto me, go, shut thyself within thy house. But thou, O son of man, behold, they shall put bands upon thee and shall bind thee with them, and thou shalt not go out among them. And I will make thy tongue cleave to the roof of thy mouth, that thou shalt be dumb, and shall not be to them a reprover.
Hey, that's cold, That's cold. Hey, that's cold.
Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 24. Then the Spirit entered into me and set me upon my feet and spake with me and said unto me, go, shut thyself within thy house. Hey, that's cold.
That's gonna be a beautiful. Hey, if I can say, that's gonna be a beautiful time. That's gonna be a beautiful time when the Lord, say, look, the work is done, because you know what that means, right? That means the reward is not. Now it's time to go home. When the Lord say, hey, shut yourself in there, that means, hey, look.
That means watch these niggas. You gonna act dumb, you gonna act stupid. They gonna be coming to you with answers, but you gonna perceive, nah.
Yeah.
I don't know you. You gonna act stupid. I don't know.
Come.
Should I take the trip? I don't know.
Come.
Do whatever you want to do. You know?
It's-
Because you ain't gonna be. I ain't gonna be telling you not to take it.
Do whatever your spirit tells you.
Exactly.
Right,
I ain't gonna be out here barking it down your throat for you to turn me in. You gotta use wisdom.
Right.
You think, oh yeah, he's telling people like, they
Yeah.
gonna be turning this in left and right, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It say, but thou, O son of man, behold, they shall put bands upon thee, and shall bind thee with them, and thou shalt not go out among them, and I will make thy tongue cleave to the roof of thy mouth, that thou shalt be dumb, and shall not be to them a reprover.
They're gonna be asking for answers.
Right.
They're gonna be on you. Your family members, they're gonna be on you because they know you had the truth.
Right.
They're gonna be asking you, break this down for me. Break this down for me. What does this mean? They're gonna be bugging you, man.
Huh.
But the Lord said the Spirit gonna jump on you.
Right.
Hey, perceive, and you're gonna remember all them times they scoffed and scorned.
Right.
Go ahead,
But they are a rebellious house, verse 27. And this is the kicker right here. But when I speak with thee, I will open thy mouth, and thou shalt say unto them, thus saith the Lord Yahweh power, he that heareth, let him hear, and he that forbeareth, let him forbear. But they are a rebellious house.
Hey. So, that means even when we were out here, if you heard it, you heard it. If you forbeared it, you forbeared it. And in that day, the Lord's going to decipher that.
Come.
He going to use your vessel. He going to say, nah, that's a forbear.
Yeah.
Keep it moving.
Come.
Oh, that's one of them that hear it. Let them follow along, you know. And it's going to go like that, man. That's why it says that the Lord shall give you fame in the land where you will put to shame.
Come.
Right now, what we're doing on the highways and hedges, these people look at us like fools, man. But we serve the Lord, man. We don't care what these people think.
Right.
Because we know that in the end, it's going to speak. It's not going to lie, man. The same power that saved our fathers again, 4 times, he's going to do it again in a more spectacular way, man. And everything that's said is going to be done.
Back in Matthew 25, verse 10, it reads, and while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and they that were ready went in with him to the marriage, and the door was shut. Afterward came also the other virgins, saying, Lord, Lord, open to us. But he answered and said, verily, I say unto you, I know ye not. Watch therefore, for ye know neither the day nor the hour wherein the Son of Man cometh.
Hey, that's a beautiful precept, because it says that once the door was closed, the other ones came in and they was banging on the door, man.
Hey, that happened with Noah, man. When that flood came, man.
Real quick. This is Psalms 110 and 3.
Come.
Thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power, in the beauties of holiness, from the womb of the morning, thou hast the dew of thy youth.
Right.
So when the Lord starts showing power, real power out here, and all of the things that the prophets have been saying through the Spirit of the Lord starts happening, then our people going to be willing to get down. And the Lord's going to say, I don't know you.
Right.
I never knew you.
Because then when correct me if I'm wrong, when Noah closed the ark, it was Yahweh that closed the ark. It wasn't Noah.
Right.
Because you being a man in his flesh, Noah probably wanted to open it back up.
Yeah, he probably would have, yeah. Over 100 years of prophesying, and he told them it was going to rain. They didn't believe it because it never did rain.
Before. This is Proverbs chapter 1 and 24. It says, because I have called and ye refused, I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. But ye have set at naught all my counsel, and with none of my reproof. I also will laugh at your calamity.
Right.
I will mock when your fear cometh, when your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind. When distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. For that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord, Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai.
And the key word there is choose, man. When you have the liberty to do all these different things, the Lord wanted you to choose him, man. Because the Lord chose our nation. Now, ultimately, it's all predestined, but the Lord wants you when you have that liberty to follow him now, man, when there is no physical reward to get from it. Because in the day of salvation, he's going to cover you, and that's going to be your reward. That's why we don't run uncertainly. We don't come out here wondering if the Lord gonna reward us, man. We stand full and bold in confidence that the Lord is gonna save and judge. And if we're doing exactly what we're supposed to do to the best of our ability, the Lord is gonna save us. That's the confidence and trust in the Lord. Because to do anything else is to doubt that the Lord is willing to save you, man.
This is Luke chapter 19, verse 9. And Yahushua said unto him, this day is salvation come to this house. For so much as he also is the son of Abraham, for the Son of Man is come to seek and to save that which was lost. And as they heard these things, he added and spake a parable, because he was nigh to Jerusalem, and because they thought that the kingdom of Yahweh should immediately appear. He said, therefore, a certain nobleman went into a far country to receive for himself a kingdom and to return. And he called his 10 servants and delivered them 10 pounds, and said unto them, occupy till I come.
Hey, so you're supposed to take your talent and you're supposed to be occupied until the Lord comes, man. And there's a saying that when you work a job, if you focus on doing your job, the ship will end quicker, man. When you just focus on getting your business done, you look up, it's already time to go home. That's why Paul said, look up, for your redemption is nearer than you believe, man. Because if you occupy like you're supposed to, the salvation is nearer than you believe, man.
It says, but his citizens hated him and sent a message after him, saying, we will not have this man reign over us.
Right.
And that's 2/3 of our people, man. 2/3 of you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans say you're not gonna have the Lord rule over you.
Right.
You'd rather the so-called white man give you Popeye's chicken sandwiches and Hennessy and PlayStation 5s and let him rule over you. Well, the Lord got a different story for you, man. You want to be employees, the Lord wants you to be in charge of the building. Whether you like it or not, that's your lot.
Hey, the brother said occupy to what do you say? Occupy till he come. So how do you occupy? This is 1 Timothy chapter 4:13. Till I come, give attendance to reading, to exhortation.
You said read, nigga hate reading. Come on, brother. Niggas hate reading.
Hey, as a matter of fact, start at 13.
Put it in the book.
Start at 13.
What they say? That's a white man book.
Okay,
Brother,
okay.
what they say? That's a white man book, brother. Don't read that.
Yeah.
But they reading the damn netta and all this shit.
Right.
But this the
Keep
book
the
is
niggas and all that. Right.
All that nonsense.
Good.
1 Timothy 4:13. Till I come, give attendance to reading, to exhortation, to doctrine. Neglect not the gift that is in thee,
right,
which was given thee by prophecy, with the laying on of hands of the presbytery.
Yeah.
Salakia.
It say it was given to thee by prophecy, man. What the Lord told Jeremiah, I ordained thee in the womb to be a prophet to the nations, man. You got it.
Meditate upon these things, give thyself wholly to them, that thy profiting may appear to all. Take heed unto thyself and unto the doctrine, continue in them, for in doing this thou shalt both save thyself and them that hear thee.
Right. And get Revelation 1 and 3. Read that.
This is Revelations chapter 1 and verse 3. And it reads, blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy.
And that's what it's about, man. It's about prophecy, man. Reading. You got it.
And keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand.
Hey, the kingdom of heaven is at hand, man. Jacob trouble is at hand.
Repent.
Destruction. Right. Repent, man. The kingdom of heaven is at hand, man.
And the thing is, you said read and keep them.
Right.
The church teach you that the Old Testament done away with.
Right.
You know, they said read and keep them.
Right.
And that's how you fall out the truth, man. You get so damn puffed up, you stop reading because I know it all. What don't I know?
Right.
Then you stop praying. Then next thing you know, you back into the world. And you just like
real.
these other fucking 2/3 Jakes out here.
That's
You
real.
stop keeping little simple things. You stop coming out to camp. You stop keeping the things you read it. The little things that the Lord, you stop praying, fasting. You know, you forget the Lord. Fear, you stop fearing the Lord.
That's what it is.
The Lord ain't jacking you up right away. So you start,
Right.
hey, he ain't coming yet. You put the day of the Lord off.
Done.
You think the Lord forgot about you. He didn't forget. He's watching you, giving you rope to hang yourself.
Exactly.
Letting your sins pile up. So
Right.
he can judge you. So he can be justified in judging you.
So damn puffed up. I done been in it for 10, 15 years. I done brought so many people into the truth. You ain't do a damn thing.
Right.
Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah did everything. Taking credit for something the Lord did, man.
Hey,
y'all Jake, fuck out.
And the Lord hates that, man. When you take credit for something that's not of you, this is not of us.
Right.
Moses did that. These wicked ass niggas caused him to have a slip of the tongue. And he didn't see the promised land for that, man. We brought out, you gotta be meek. That's the first step. Humble. You gotta be humble, man.
And that's cold.
You know this ain't of us. Cause shit, look, Salaki, if I'm cursing too much, man, we're passionate about this too, bro. I know this ain't of us. I do a video and go back and watch it and be like, damn, where did that come from? It's not of me. Them words is of the Lord, man. Meek, humble, man. That's what this is about.
It's rude speech, y'all. It ain't cursing.
Con.
So screw them. If they can't dig the rude speech,
It ain't for
hey, it ain't. Screw them.
Exactly.
This is Matthew chapter 3, verse 9. And think not to say within yourselves, we have Abraham to our father.
Right.
For I say unto you, that the Most High is able of these stones to raise up children unto Abraham.
Now look, hey, like the brother said, man, Moses couldn't even see the promised land, man.
Yeah.
Because he doubted the Lord, man. Just for a second.
A second.
It was in a moment,
And look.
It was a moment of frustration.
Right, come.
Maliciously.
Come.
Like I said, the creature, he was in the flesh, man.
Yeah.
The creature not willing.
Come. And look, he took Aaron out right then. He said, hey, look, go get Aaron and his son and strip him of his garment.
Yeah, matter of fact.
But you gonna keep going.
Get there.
And that's a heavy, hey, that's just heavy, man. Took Moses all the way to the edge and let him see it, man.
But bro, and that's the thing, man. If the Lord to do that to someone like
He really loved, he called a friend.
called a friend, actually spoke to, that lets you know the Lord know nothing that a man does is of himself. Hey, the Lord like, hey, you ain't gonna see the promised land. It's all the Lord, man.
You got it up.
Yep. This is Numbers chapter 20. And
There's that meat.
Bring it up.
Numbers chapter 20 and 23. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in Mount Hor by the coast of the land of Edom, saying, Aaron shall be gathered unto his people,
Right.
for he shall not enter into the land which I have given unto the children of Israel, because ye rebelled against my word at the water of Meribah.
Right.
Take Aaron and Eleazar his son, and bring them up unto Mount Hor, and strip Aaron of his garments, and put them upon Eleazar his son, and Aaron shall be gathered unto his people, and shall die there. And Moses did as the Lord commanded, and they went up into Mount Hor in the sight of all the congregation.
So even though he got that harsh judgment, he still had common sense enough to, hey, it is what it is.
Right.
Wow.
Can't run from the Lord.
I read that one more time. Numbers 20 and 27. And Moses did as the Lord commanded, and they went up into Mount Hor in the sight of all the congregation. So this happened in front of all the people.
Right.
The Lord said, look, Aaron's gonna die. Give his garments to his son, and his son is gonna fill in his position. But I require his life today. And he went up to them, and everybody who saw Aaron go up there, they knew what time it was, man.
Hey, if I can say
scary
something,
as fuck,
I gotta say something, because Yahweh Shai love to make examples.
That's scary.
So especially if you was in this truth, you were somebody prominent, the Lord gonna make a public example of you to put the fear in other men. That's how Yahweh Shai works, man. He don't do shit hidden. He gonna make a public example out of you, man. This thing ain't a game, man.
I got another
Hey,
precept.
let me say this right. Bro, holding precept too. I want you to lose what you had. I want you to lose. I want you to bring them out though. Listen, the lesson I did, right? The Lord see everything. What did the guy that was gathering the sticks on the Sabbath? What happened to him? Hey, the Lord see everything, man. Right? What happened in Joshua when this dummy, when they took the land, this guy grabbed garments and some gold and silver and hid it under the damn tent. He dug a hole and hid it. What the Lord say? This is my point. What did the Lord do to the man that got the sticks? What did he tell him? Go get him, bring him out in front of Israel, and stone him. The Lord make examples to do what? To put fear in you, man.
Hey, what happened to the Jake that tried to
wickedness out of the kingdom?
Right.
tried to catch the Ark of the Covenant?
Right.
He was trying to do something. He was trying to do
Positive,
something
right.
Positive.
In case you missing,
But hey,
in case you missing a theme of this night, it's fear.
Con.
The Yahweh Shemah requires fear. That's the first step, fear. If you fear the Lord, you're gonna be humble. But if you not, you think you on some level with the Lord, you don't fear him, man. Who the fuck is you? We ain't on no level.
We ain't on no level.
Yahweh Shai is on the level.
Right. Hey, and the Lord make that example. Hey, Solomon, David.
Saul, he was the first king.
Saul. Look, man. Hey, the Lord cold, man. Lord cold, man.
It's 2 Corinthians 5 and verse 11. Knowing therefore the terror of the Lord, we persuade men.
What? What?
Knowing therefore the terror of the Lord, we persuade men.
That fear drives us to come out here, man.
Yeah, man.
That fear. And also, it's a labor of love. It's like
labor of love.
Really, the fear ain't really it because we just understand, hey,
it's our first love, man.
The brothers in D.C., I think, they was like, this is therapy, man.
Yeah, it is.
This is therapy to come out here and curse your damn oppressor out and these sodomites out, man. Look at that shit. This is therapy.
It's therapy, man.
If I may say this too, the terror of the Lord is so, you can't really you can't really describe it in words, man, how terrible the Lord is, man, because the Lord, it says in the scriptures, he'll choose your delusion, man. He'll have you thinking that you're on the right path.
Right.
But then as soon as he'll have you, like the brother said, hanging yourself by your own goddamn rope, man.
And that's scary, bro. That is.
And to the brother's point, it's another account in the scriptures where Sapphira and her husband tried to hide money from the Lord.
Yep.
And guess what? The Lord put them to death right then and there, man.
And Acts, right? When they tried to withhold.
Oh, yeah.
They lied too, man.
That was with Peter.
Yeah. And both the husband
Ananias and his wife.
He called the wife came in, and he said, she was like, where's my husband? Why do you tell? I'm gonna get that account.
Ananias.
Your boy came in with the, I think y'all done brought it up. When they was in the tent, and he just stabbed through both of them.
When he put the javelin.
Hey, the Lord cold, man.
It is Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 30. Exalt not thyself, lest thou fall and bring dishonor upon thy soul. And so the Most High discover thy secrets and cast thee down in the midst of the congregation, because thou comest not in truth to fear of the Lord. Salaki, because thou camest not in truth to the fear of the Lord.
Because you got ulterior motives. You got ulterior motives. You see, you got to come with all sincerity, meekness, and humbleness. But a lot of these brothers coming to the truth for vainglory, filthy lucre. We got plenty of examples of that. You know, they want to be the top guy in Israel. They want to put burdens on the brothers. You know, we're not. They want brothers to be their slaves and shit. You ain't coming for the right purpose, man. Go ahead, Salakia.
Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 30. Exalt not thyself, lest thou fall, and bring dishonor upon thy soul. And so the Most High discover thy secrets and cast thee down in the midst of the congregation, because thou camest not in truth to the fear of the Lord, but thy heart is full of deceit.
I got a precept to back that up. Matthew 23:12. And whosoever shall exalt himself shall be abased, and he that shall humble himself shall be exalted.
Hey, that goes back into the Lord giving every brother different talents, man. You trying to ride in the lane you don't belong in, you gonna exalt yourself and fall, man. This is all about humility, because at the end of the day, the Lord already told us we all gonna receive the Commonwealth of Israel. The Lord gonna let you keep your neck, man. That's a plus. That's the biggest plus you can ask for, man. The Lord gonna let you keep your neck, man. You're not gonna die in these judgments to come. The Lord saving you is a plus. Everything else is like icing on top, man. The fact that the Lord's gonna save you from all of this calamity, considering your actions in this place, is a plus side, man. And there's no room for you to be prideful. Because it's not of you, it's not of your works. It's of the election of Yahweh Shema Shah that you are even standing out here. The Lord could have had it where you heard this truth and did whatever the hell you planned on doing in the first place.
Done.
If I can get this precept. This is Proverbs 15:33. The fear of the Lord is the instruction of wisdom,
Right.
and before honor is humility.
Exactly, and we bring it out.
And I wanted to also, I was holding this too when the brothers bringing out Psalms 147, how the meek shall inherit the earth. All right, before we can receive honor, we have to have humility, right? And so that's why the Lord has his men out here through the foolishness of preaching, so that we can fish for the meek amongst the people, man. All right, for the humble, who's gonna humble down and listen to this word, from people who's in sackcloth, you see,
Right.
from people who look just like him.
Hey, that's a beautiful point, brother, because he said before honor is what is humility. And being out here in sackcloth is humiliating to a certain degree. Because we're admitting that our nation is done. We're in a state of mourning because our nation is finished over here, man. How has Zion wasted away in their enemy's land, in a strange land, man? And that's why we're in garments of mourning, going through our humiliation, going through the humility and the humiliation of disobeying Yahweh Shema Shah. Because that's what it ultimately boils down to. That's why we got the shame that we have now. That's why people is in all these restaurants fighting each other, putting each other on World Star, kicking each other in shit, putting it on camera, stealing from each other, killing each other. With the so-called white man saying all manners of evil against our people. All of that's because we disobeyed the Lord, man. But before we can be honored, we have to go through the humility and the humiliation of our disobedience. That was a beautiful point, brother.
And that also that goes to, this is why we sin. This is why we're not perfect, is to keep you humble. Because when you sin, what are you supposed to do? Repent. How do you repent? By praying and going to the Heavenly Father. That's meek, man, being meek. That's the whole point. You know, it's a circle, man. If you fear the Lord and you do everything the Lord said you do, it's a circle that's going to lead to your salvation, man.
I got a precept. St. John 14:6. Yahweh said unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by me.
Hey, and Yahweh Shai, the author and the finisher of our faith, went through humiliation and humility. You know, the Lord's talking about how I forget where it's at, the parable where the Lord was saying, isn't the master greater than the servant when he's sitting at the table and people serving him meat, but he's down here with the lowly and he's serving you. That's what the Lord, and this is the King of Kings, man. And if he had to go through it, we're going to have to go through it too, man. And you should want to.
Precept.
You got it, right?
Job 25:6. It say, how much less man that is a worm, and the Son of Man, which is a worm.
Hey, and the Lord of Lords had to become less than the angels, man. He had to put on the seed of Abraham, man.
Good.
He had to come in his filthy flesh, man, and beat it. He had to go through the humiliation of his own people, his own citizens. When you go into the parable, hating him, man. The citizens of Israel hating their Lord and Savior, man. Picture that.
Good.
You got up.
This is Luke chapter 9, verse 58. Verse 57. It says, and it came to pass that as they went in the way, a certain man said unto him, Lord, Yahushua, I will follow thee whithersoever thou goest. And Yahushua said unto him, foxes have holes, and birds of the air have nests, but the Son of Man have not where to lay his head.
Right.
That show you how low he was, man.
How low? Done. Done.
This is Sirach chapter 10, verse 9. Why is earth and ashes proud? There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man.
Done.
For such a one setteth his own soul to sale, Because while he liveth, he cast away his bowels. And like the brother was saying, we just earth and ashes, man. Why the hell are we proud, man? We like the brother's going into. None of this is of ourselves, man. We can't boast in nothing. Because everything is of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Bring it back to the red Edomites. Who's the most covetous man, man? That damn Edomite, man. Wicked.
In John chapter 6, verse 44, no man can come to me except the Father which hath sent me draw him, and I will raise him up in the last day.
I got another. This is the parable I was talking about. This is Luke chapter 22 and 25. And he said unto them, the kings of the Gentiles exercise lordship over them, and they that exercise authority upon them are called benefactors. But ye shall not be so. But he that is greatest among you, let him be as the younger, and he that is chief as he that doth serve. For whether is greater, he that sitteth at meat or he that serveth? Is not he that sitteth at meat, but I am among you as he that serveth. So the Lord was, Luke the 22nd chapter.
Read it again up. My bad.
No, you good.
That's funny. Why we got horns on them?
That's Malachi York.
Malachi don't put a demon on him, man.
You got it.
Luke chapter 22, verse 25.
A lot of them don't realize this, right?
Yeah, no, they don't.
They can't accept it.
Yeah.
No.
Accept his way of living.
Right, right.
See that?
Hey, that's real, brother. We a con. Call out Yahweh by Shema Shah.
I was telling the brother the other night, I was down by the Muslim thing. I said, listen, you know, our people come from Africa. But I told him why our people sold us. See, slavery wasn't like the slavery over here. See what I'm saying? They sold us. Check this out. Hear me out. Listen.
Okay.
They sold us for goods and whatnot, but they didn't know that slavery was like the slavery over here. How they was treated.
Okay.
But then when they found out about it, it was too late because they don't sold too many of them.
Nah, we are not Africans. That's first and foremost. Our peoples are destroyed thinking that we are Africans. We are not Africans. We are from Israel. Israel and Africa are not in the same place. Okay? Nah, in 70 AD, the so-called white man, he came and took down Jerusalem, which where we were. That's our place. We had to flee into Africa. Hey, somebody want to get that for me in Luke 21? Real quick. Luke 21, 24. Start at 21. We had to flee into Africa, running from the Romans during 70 AD. That's how we got into Africa. We fled all places of the earth, but we mostly went into Africa. Right? What is it, west and the north part of Africa? Right? So, the so-called white man, them peoples in y'all land, them ain't y'all people. Go ahead and snatch them up, and we'll trade y'all wine, muzzle-loading guns, and rum. Like you said, goods. But there was Africans, real Hamites. See, we come from Noah's oldest son, Shem. The Africans come from Noah's youngest son, Ham. He's Exodus 11:7 too.
And you gotta understand one thing. The so-called Africans, what they were doing was they was basically taking the refugees that was in their land and making money off of them.
Right.
It's just like if Orlando took all the homeless people and sold them somewhere. They ain't got no home anyway. We might as well make a couple dollars off of them.
Right.
Let's get some guns, and they was getting those weapons to go at war with each other. Our people were just refugees in that land. That's why we were the first ones to get kicked out. They weren't selling their cousins and their uncles.
Right.
They were selling people that didn't belong in that land in the first place.
Right.
That's how we ended up over here. Because we were keeping our customs in that land.
Come on. You got it. Bring it out. Bring
It's
it out.
Galatians 4 and verse 26. It says, but Jerusalem is above, which is free, which is the mother of us all.
So it says Jerusalem, which is above and free, is the mother of us all, not Africa. The mother of us all, Hebrew Israelites, so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. We from Jerusalem. You got it?
Yeah, 11 and 7. This is Exodus 11 and 7.
Nah, what he finna read to you about the Egyptians, right? The Egyptians, they was also Africans. We say so-called African. They was Hamite. They come from Ham. the Egyptians, the Ethiopians, the Canaanites, the North and South Africans. They are from Ham. Go ahead.
It says, but against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue against man or beast, that he may know that the Lord doth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel.
So the Lord put a difference when we was in Egypt, right? The 12 tribes of Israel. What we was doing over there? Serving slavery, right? What did Pharaoh do to tell the difference between the Israelites and the Egyptians? He gave them gold earrings, right?
Real quick, when you just think about that, a lot of people don't even think about this, right? Everybody's familiar with that story about Egypt, right? Like you mentioned, the 12 tribes were in Egypt. Everybody knows that. Who was over it? The 12 tribes were over themselves. Like it had to be another nation that was over them. You see what I'm saying? There was a different set of people. They were dark also, but we know that the Israelites weren't in slavery over themselves in Egypt.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's common sense that they're not the same.
Get Deuteronomy 28 and 68.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68.
See, we broke the covenants of the Lord, so he put curses on us. He told Moses, they're going to break my covenants, and I'm going to send them into Egypt again. Again. Not the same ancient Egypt, a new Egypt. Go ahead.
Deuteronomy 28 and 68.
Oh, Revelation 11 and 7. You got it.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
With ships. How we get over here? You got it.
That word Egypt, it goes back to bondage.
Right.
That's what Egypt was. It was a place of hardcore bondage.
Right.
The Americas again is that place of hardcore bondage all over again. See?
If I may say this, if I can ask you a question, another way you know that this is not talking about the ancient Egypt is, do you remember how the Israelites got into Egypt? They walked into Egypt. Do you remember how they got out of Egypt? They walked out of Egypt. You see?
With Moses, when the Lord split the Red Sea.
Oh, okay.
We walked out of Egypt, right?
Yeah.
We ain't leave Egypt on no ship.
Yeah, I remember that.
Right. So read it again.
It says, and the
Beautiful
Lord,
point, brother.
and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again.
We shall never see our land no more. Go ahead.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies
For what?
for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
No man shall redeem us. Get 48.
Verse 48.
We were sold. What you looking at? We were sold to our enemy, right? Go ahead.
It says, therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee.
Our enemies. The Lord make this specific. Go ahead.
In hunger,
Food,
and in thirst,
water,
and in nakedness,
clothes,
and in want of all things.
job, housing, transportation. We gotta go. Where we get these things from? So-called white man. You got it.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he hath destroyed thee.
Who did that? Who put a yoke of iron on our neck? Brother, the Lord. That's how we know, according to the curses in Deuteronomy 28, that didn't happen to the Africans. That didn't happen to the Chinese. That didn't happen to the Japanese, right?
Read that over there. That's that yoke of iron.
Verse 46.
See that around his
Go ahead.
neck?
Go ahead.
They used to put that on you so you couldn't fall asleep. That's how wicked they were.
Or if
They
you,
also they put that on you so they also put on you so if you ran away you get caught in the bushes.
That too.
You can't go through the bushes with that big yoke of iron on your neck without getting caught up.
And you can't fall asleep comfortable. Can't do anything. Let me bring out a word real quick, Free, just to show you that it was two melanated nations, but they were different people. This is Exodus 8 and 8. It reads, then Pharaoh called for Moses and Aaron and said, entreat the Lord that he may take away the frogs from me and my people. So Pharaoh said, hey, stop these plagues, take them away from my people. And then he says, and I will let the people go that they may do sacrifice unto the Lord. And throughout the whole story of Exodus, what is Moses coming to Pharaoh saying? He says the Lord said, let my people go.
Right.
So it was a distinction. Pharaoh knew that his people wasn't the Lord's people.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
That's, go on, you got it.
They show you that all the time in Charlton Heston.
Right.
He when the Esau Edom portray it, it's plain as day that the Israelites and the Egyptians are different.
Right.
But fast forward now, like it,
Right.
you know?
That golden calf that they
right.
built,
That's right.
where they get the gold from? That was the same earrings that they had in their ear
Exactly.
that they got from Pharaoh to tell the Israelites from the Egyptians, man.
And another thing is that how could Moses sit in the house of Pharaoh if they weren't dark skinned?
Right,
How could he pass for an Egyptian?
right.
If the Egyptians were dark skinned, the children of Israel had to be dark skinned too. Otherwise, he wouldn't be able to sit in Pharaoh's house without being noticed.
Because his mama shipped them off. They went around.
Put him in the canal.
Yeah.
Right.
Put them in the Nile.
Yeah.
So there you go. Two different types of black people. And then in the Zondervan Bible Dictionary, it tells you the same thing.
Right.
It says Ham was the progenitor of the dark races.
Right.
The Egyptians, all the other dark races, and it says, but not the Negro. The Negro, we can't be different.
I got you better one yet. Slavery, right? During slavery, we got it right here on the sign. That's an old slave sign. What does it say on there? Why doesn't it say Africans? They knew who they were getting.
See, we went from being
Here's go another one.
Negroes to blacks to coloreds to African Americans.
I'll read it. Here go another one. To be sold on the board ship pants, right? It says Negroes just arrived from the Windward and Rice Coast. So they knew who they were getting, man. They didn't say Africans from the coast of Africa. They
knew
identified them.
right,
man.
right.
Negroes.
Right. Cause if they were Africans, they would have said
Africans.
They would've said
Got a
Africans.
ship of Africans.
Come. Yeah, man. And what you got?
Exodus 1 and 18.
Go ahead.
This is another example of how we're different from the Egyptians. This is Exodus 1 and 18. And the king of Egypt called for the midwives and said unto them, why have ye done this thing and have saved the men, children alive? And the midwife said unto Pharaoh, because the Hebrew women are not as the Egyptian women, for they are lively.
Read that over again. They're not the same. They're not the same people.
It says, and the midwife said unto Pharaoh, because the Hebrew women are not as the Egyptian women, for they are lively.
They got spirit. They the salt of the earth.
And you know how
we the
women get
Lord's
down.
chosen people.
You know how women get down,
That's
that
right.
neck rolling and all that. You know how they get down. You know, and they lively compared to these other women, man. It's just in wickedness right now.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's just
Then
in
they start to
wickedness.
accept this.
Yeah. It's in wickedness right now, but our women have a natural lively spirit. Back then, they was doing it in righteousness.
Right.
Because they weren't, at that time, Pharaoh was like, look, whenever these Hebrew women have a child, if it's a male child, kill it.
Yeah, I remember that.
But the Egyptian women were saying, look, we can't take these women kids because they ain't like us.
Right.
They've been to hurt us trying to do some shit like that.
Right.
Because
When they
just
get
like our
grown,
women right
yeah.
now, they'll fight
Yeah.
at the drop of a hat.
That's right.
How much more for their children in that day? So that's just showing you that there's a separation. Right now, they lively in wickedness, but at one point in time, they was lively in righteousness.
I'm gonna read this account to you, but this go right into.
After you read that,
Yeah.
I got a question
All right.
for y'all.
Okay. It's Joel 3:1. For behold, in those days, and in the time when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat. It say, for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations,
Right.
and parted my land.
Right?
And they have cast lots for my people.
Casting lots is an auction. Hey, I got 45. Who want this good Negro male, this 18-year-old Negro male? Come on, he a good breeder. All right, you got 45, you got 70. All right, sold. That's casting lots.
And they doing it to this day. Where do they do that at? They do
NFL,
it right now.
Do what?
in the NFL, in the NBA, what they say? We're gonna draft him. We want him on our team. How much?
They have something called a Columbine. What's the Columbine?
Combine.
See how fast you can run, how tall you can jump, and a bunch of Edomites, white people, owners, they sit there and they write down all the numbers. Just like they did back when he was on the boxing blocks. Right. You know, same thing.
Same thing, God.
And they barely wear clothes. They be out there damn near naked. doing all of that
You want to
stuff.
see what you're buying.
Yeah.
I'm paying you $5 million a year. I want to see what I'm getting.
Yeah.
I want to make sure you're going to entertain the hell out of me.
Con.
You better be the fastest nigga out there.
Hey, Con, that
You
beautiful.
better can throw that ball far as hell.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
Hey,
why when Colin Kaepernick was talk about doing
Bending
the black-
down and
kneeling
shit,
down,
kneeling
that's
down.
why they got upset. You a slave, man. You was put here to entertain us.
Right.
Do your job, man.
right.
You gotta,
That's why they set his ass down for a few years. Now they talking about letting him come back and shit.
Exactly.
So also the lots, Wall Street, that was builded on slaves, man.
We were the first commodities.
Right.
We were the first stock slaves. We were
Right.
the first things sold on the stock market.
Right.
The first, not building, not material, people. We were the
On
first
Wall
stock.
Street, man. That's where they started. When we first came out the slave ships up there in New York, man.
And the insurance companies.
Yeah, all
Con.
those insurance-
The old insurance companies, they got their start from insuring slaves.
Right.
If the slave died, they cut you a check.
They
So you get your
insured
new one.
They insured the ships. They insured the cargo because that's what you buy insurance, cargo. You were cargo.
Done.
So, and they still prosper. They still rule it. They still insure us. You got to get life insurance. You got to get medical. The same owners own owners.
Oh, yeah, right. The elites, they own everything.
Exactly.
So back in Joel 3,
You had a question.
yeah, I'm gonna read this. It say, and they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl for wine, that they may drink.
And that goes back to that slave trade with the Africans.
Right,
And the Arabs too, 'cause they was involved too.
right.
It wasn't a solo mission. It was a joint effort.
The Arab was the one that built the ships.
They built the ships and they handled the slaves too a lot of times on
Right.
the ships.
Come.
And they did that for what? For wine, for guns, and for women.
I'm gonna make the point. It say, yeah, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, in all the coast of Palestine? Tyre and Zidon is Africans. That's why the Lord say, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, in all the coast of Palestine? Because that's who was in them lands.
And when you go into the word Palestine, Palestine actually goes back to Philistine.
Right. Come.
It's a variation of the word Philistine, and the Philistines
Right.
were Africans.
That's why I said Tyre and Zidon, because those was Africans. Before the Arabs got there, Africans was in that land, man. So now you ask your question.
Okay, a lot of people say this is what a lot of people say to my same thing when we talk about slavery. Talking about we gonna be enslaved for 400 years.
That's a lot.
And
Get
we gonna
Genesis
get out.
15.
But the main thing, the main topic, what I went, where is it in the Bible hope at? Where we gonna come out of this?
Ooh, beautiful.
You see what I'm saying?
Y'all
That's
wanna
what
line
I
them
want.
up?
That's what I want. But I know we the chosen people. Sooner or later, he gonna let us out of this.
You're right.
Real quick,
beautiful.
right?
Oh, man.
Are you familiar with the gospel?
Yeah.
What does that mean? What is the gospel? The good news?
Yeah.
We bringing out the good news. This is the gospel. That's the good news. What you asking? That's what the Lord commanded us to do. He commanded His prophet to come out here and spread the good news to His people.
Exactly.
We're out here spreading the good news to these people that, hey, hold the punishment of iniquity and conflict. What is that? Lamentation. Yeah, we're out here spreading the good news to these people that we're not going to go into slavery anymore. And we're also prophesying that these people that put us in this position,
Bring
that are
whatever you
ruling
got,
over
line them
us,
up.
it's their
I
turn
got
to go
about
into slavery.
100 of them, but I'm
Because
gonna
the
let
Lord
y'all.
is about
I'm gonna let
being
y'all ride.
balanced, just. We didn't listen to the Lord, so He punished us.
Exactly.
So now the same thing has to happen to them. The Lord is about balance, you know. So Lamentation.
A child of the Most High. We in front of downtown Orlando Library.
Anybody know?
Come out.
Anybody know?
Yeah, come out.
Before he read right quick, anybody know physically and mentally?
Oh, Genesis.
They don't match up with us.
The elder shall be stronger. One people shall be stronger.
Your
One shall be
spirit is strong.
stronger.
We get into that too.
This is our Lamentations.
But because you wanted some hope, some good news, right? This is the gospel. Listen to this.
Lamentations chapter 4:22. It says the punishment of thy iniquity is accomplished.
The punishment of our iniquity is accomplished. Iniquity is sins.
That's right.
This is why we fell, because we went off. Okay, so the Lord is
broke his laws, right?
Go ahead, Al.
O daughter of Zion, he will no more carry thee away into captivity.
Because the brother brought out in Deuteronomy that we were gonna go into Egypt relationship again with ships. That happened. That prophecy is being fulfilled right now. But guess what? The good news is we're at the end of that, the fulfillment of that prophecy. Go ahead, Al.
He will visit thy iniquity, O daughter of Edom.
That's the so-called white man. Okay. That's what the Lord said. The good news is we ain't gonna go into slavery no more. This ain't gonna happen no more. Okay?
You know what's also the good news? Is that they're gonna pay for that. The Lord gonna make them pay for that.
Exactly.
The Lord gonna give us the reparations we see. You got it.
That was it.
Now you got
It's a little bit more.
All together from the top, loud and clear.
All right, this is
you exhorting them, build the spirit up. Then loud and clear.
I'm gonna go from the top. You know, Esau, Edom is a so-called white man. So this is Lamentations 4:21.
Just for understanding, Edom mean red.
It mean red.
That's what it means. They are not white. When you look at them, they have no pigment, no melanin. So their blood show forth through their skin. So they are red. They are not white. So Edom mean red. You got it. Go ahead.
4:21 Lamentations. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom.
So the Lord telling the Edomites, rejoice, because this all you gonna get. This it. Because this shit finna go down. Exactly. Go ahead.
That dwellest in the land of Uz, the cup also shall pass through thee.
The cup that we had to take. Go ahead.
The cup is judgment. That's what the cup represents.
Right.
Judgment. Also slavery. That's what the cup is.
Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked.
Right. Meaning they're gonna be exposed. Everything about them, the truth, right? Everything that was hid is gonna be revealed and made manifest, which is to the light now. You got it.
The punishment of thy iniquity is accomplished.
Is accomplished.
O daughter of Zion.
Zion is so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American, 12 tribes. We Zion. We the monument of the Lord. Right? We his chosen, like you said. You got it.
He will no more carry thee away into captivity.
No more.
So what you was asking, when we gonna get out of this, the Lord is creating, like he read in Joel, the Lord is gathering all those nations down to the Middle East.
Right. The nations on that sign over there, from 2 on down. Look at number 2 down to 18. He's gathering, and you keep talking out, my bad. He's gathering all those nations. You got it.
And he's bringing them down to judgment. So the good news is coming up on us. Before we can be saved out of this place, the Lord has to tie up these loose ends. The Lord can't let them just ride off into the sunset after the shit they done done out here. And that's why he said what they did to our people, selling our people. They got to be punished, and they going into slavery.
Jeremiah.
They're going into slavery under our When they're putting us in slavery, the Lord said, the judgment is that they're going to have to serve double time on us. That's what the kingdom of heaven is about. It's about the Lord's people that was in captivity, being freed from captivity, and being in a place of their oppressors and rulership.
That sound like this is good news?
Right, listen to this, brother. Listen to this. This is Isaiah 51 and 22. It reads, thus saith the Lord, and thy power that pleadeth the cause of his people. Behold, I have taken out of thy hand the cup of trembling, even the dregs of the
Judgment.
right.
That judgment that we had to perform. All that. Our women being raped, ravished, our sons being homosexual, all that. That's judgment. The Lord, that's why the Lord did that. Go ahead, Al.
Behold, I have taken out of thy hand the cup of trembling, even the dregs of the cup of my fury. Thou shalt no more drink it again.
Exactly. That cup of trembling, because when you go into that trembling also, it means that fear, man, that you don't have assurance of life here. We don't know, our people don't know where we going, man. We hope for the best, but we prepare for the worst, because there ain't no assurance of life here. When the cops get behind you, that's a cup of trembling. When you in a store and they follow you, that's a cup of trembling.
When you go into that courthouse, you really trembling because you don't know if you're gonna come out.
Exactly.
You might throw you under the jail. You might never see a day of life.
And you ain't do, and you could, it could be possible you ain't even do nothing wrong.
Could be innocent.
Listen to this. It say, thou shalt no more drink it again, but I will put it into the hand of them that afflict thee.
So our enemies, they gonna taste that cup. The same cup where we have to walk around and all of these other nations look down upon us, they gonna have to taste of that cup. the so-called white man walking around calling our people monkeys, all of these different things,
Right.
table's gonna turn for him.
Savages, wetbacks, monkeys, spicks, spooks. They call all us that. Negro, Latino, Native American. Right? Oh, let me finish. It say, but I will put it in the hand of thy enemy. I would have put it in the hand of them that afflict thee, which have said to thy soul, bow down, that we may go over. And thou hast laid thy body as the ground and as the street to them that went over.
This is what they got coming.
I bring you in now.
This is what they're gonna have, man. Slavery, judgment.
This is Deuteronomy 30 and 7. And the Lord thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies.
Right.
And on them that hate thee, which persecute.
And what's the main curse that happened to us? Was slavery. That's the biggest curse. A lot of other things happened, and that was just all byproducts of slavery. But the ultimate curse was this. And that's what's gonna happen to us.
I got this is Jeremiah chapter 30.
Yeah, but go ahead.
You got a question?
Yeah. A brother was telling me a long time ago. He was like, if you don't know where you come from, you don't know what direction you going in.
Right.
Well, that's a big reason why people is in the mindset they in now. Because when they think about their history start off with them being in chains.
Right.
So they don't think of themselves as royal people.
Exactly.
So this looked like a progression. This looked like a step in the right direction. Because they remember when they was in chains, that's where they believe their beginning started. They don't believe that, they don't know that their history actually started in royalty.
Right.
Our people, the Lord chose, out of all the nations on the planet, the Lord chose our people. Out of all the people on the planet. And that's the only nation the Lord wants to serve him.
Done.
That's why our people all in the church house singing songs to the Lord. Other nations ain't doing that.
Done.
They don't get down for the Lord like we do. Go to your nearest church on Sunday and see our people in there worshiping until they sweat. They in there 3-4 hours on a Sunday trying to give all the glory to the Lord.
That's right.
And the scriptures say that you don't supposed to do that. You don't supposed to go to them churches. It's in here.
But they ability to try to praise the Lord and all of that, that's what the Lord wants. He wants that in righteousness. Ain't no other nation doing that.
Right.
Because it's not given to them.
Exactly.
We the only ones that the Lord wants to worship and praise and serve him. That's why our punishment is greater than all other nations. Everything the other nations doing, they ain't getting it like we get it. Our people getting their ass handed to them everywhere we turn. And all these other nations, they doing worse things than we are.
Exactly.
And they not getting punished.
Yet.
Because they not the chosen people of the Lord.
Right.
This is our time to be punished. And then when this is over, it's gonna be their turn.
Glad.
So I got this real quick.
Yeah.
Glad to see that.
Listen to this.
We want that.
This Amos 3:1. Hear the word of the Lord Yahweh that has spoke against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities.
He said you only out of all the families.
Out of all these families there.
Out of all these other
From
nations.
2 on down.
Because when you go into the word nation, it just really goes back to family. Your tribe, your family. Out of all the families, this the only family that the Lord knows. That's why our people got it the worst. Because the Lord say, what? I'm going to punish you for all your iniquities. Don't worry about the so-called Chinese man. That ain't my people.
Exactly.
Let him do whatever the hell he want to do. I told you what you can and can't do. And if you going to violate that, I'm going to violate you. It's simple. That's what a father does. A good father, when you don't do what he say do, he chastise you.
That's right.
Precept. Zechariah chapter 2, verse 6. Ho, ho, come forth and flee from the land of the north, saith the Lord. For I have spread you abroad as the four winds of the heaven, saith the Lord Yahweh. Deliver thyself, O Zion, that dwelleth with the daughter of Babylon.
And the daughters of Babylon is the Edomites, the so-called white man. Read that again.
Ho, ho, come forth and flee from the land of the north.
Where's the land of the north? Where we at?
North America.
North America.
That's talking to us. The Lord talking to us. Not flee literally, like go to another country spiritually. Right? Because our people still, we ain't in physical chain, we mentally chained.
Exactly.
You got it.
Ho, ho, come forth and flee from the land of the north, saith the Lord Yahweh. For I have spread you abroad as the four winds of the heaven, saith the Lord Yahweh.
He scattered us when we broke his covenant. He scattered us everywhere. You got it?
Deliver thyself, O Zion, that dwelleth with the daughter of Babylon.
Now, how you deliver yourself is coming back to the truth, not Jesus. His name ain't Jesus. There's no J's in Hebrew.
Yahshua the Messiah.
Yahushua in Hebrew. Yahshua is Yiddish. That's the new Hebrew that them so-called Jews created in Israel. They created a new, it's called modern day Hebrew, Yiddish. That's not his name. His name is Yahushua in the Hebrew. And we know our Lord is not a white man. In the Bible, he's a so-called Negro. He's from the tribe of Judah.
Yeah, but he described himself in the Bible.
Right, exactly. So why they get this from? Where they get that from?
That's like King Solomon.
Right.
Black and company, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
You see?
Spirit bear witness that
King
Hey.
Solomon said he was black. What color his daddy was?
Right. That's beautiful. Hey.
Huh?
Good. Hey, that's beautiful. You got it.
says, deliver thyself, O Zion,
Right.
that dwelleth with the daughter of Babylon.
Now I say that dwelleth with the daughter of Babylon. Now we're going to prove to you that the daughter of Babylon is Edom. Get Psalm 137. Start at 7.
This is Psalms chapter 137 and verse 7.
Right?
This is Psalms 137 and 7.
Get 'em out.
It says, remember, O Lord, the children of Edom.
Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom. Right? I told you Edom is red for Esau. Right?
In the day of Jerusalem,
Right.
in the day of Jerusalem, who said, race it, race it.
Now it said in the day of Jerusalem, they helped the Babylonians take us down. You see that picture? You see that captivity sign? You see it say the Babylonian captivity? The third one right there? The Babylonian captivity? Read it again out.
It says, remember, O Lord, the children of Edom.
Right.
In the day of Jerusalem,
Right.
who said, raise it, raise it.
They helped the Babylonians take us down. Go ahead.
Even to the foundation thereof.
Right.
O daughter of Babylon,
Right.
who ought to be destroyed.
Okay, so he lined up Edom with the daughters of Babylon. So the brother just read to you when it said, deliver thyself, right? Read it again up. That was you good on that. You got to go back to that.
Back in Zechariah chapter 2, verse 7.
Right.
Deliver thyself, O Zion, that dwelleth with the daughter of Babylon.
Right.
For thus saith the Lord of hosts, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, after the glory hath he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you.
See, which spoiled us. All 17 of those nations, man. To do what? To bring judgment to them, man. Okay, that's why he said he's gathering these nations over there in the Middle East to fight because what they did to us. All this is going on, this war, with all these nations, all that's going on just because what they did to the Israelites, man. Yeah.
That's how much the Lord love our people.
Right.
Our people ain't even looking at the news and paying attention, but the Lord is doing all of this for our sake. He got them over there getting ready to fight, and they gonna kill each other. A lot of people gonna die out here, and the Lord is gonna do that for the sake of His nation. This world about to find out how hard and how far the Lord is willing to go for His people that He loves.
You got
It
it.
says, for he that toucheth you
Right.
touches the apple of his eye.
So what's the apple of your eye? If something is the apple of your eye, that's something precious in your sight.
Exactly.
That's how the Lord look at our people. We say anybody that touch you, that's like touching
Him.
exactly. He said,
Violating him.
yeah, the Lord called us
Exactly.
the Lord say He's married unto our nation, like a husband is married to a wife. So He look at our people like a wife. So if anybody touch you, that's like somebody touching your wife. You'll go crazy.
That's right.
So the Lord is about to go crazy on the world for
Soon.
what they did to our people.
Yeah.
It
Got it.
says, for thus saith the Lord of hosts, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, after the glory hath he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you. For he that toucheth you touches the apple of his eye. For behold, I will shake mine hand upon them, and they shall be a spoil to their servants. And ye shall know that the Lord of hosts, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, have sent me.
So a spoil is like a prize. They're gonna be presented as a prize unto us, their
Right.
servants. Because right now we're serving them. So it says they're gonna be a spoil to their servants, which is us. So in that day, Matter of fact, I got a quick piece.
Hey, the plowman shall overtake the reaper.
So now it's coming together. Why I said this is the good news. Now you see why the Lord said, "Rejoice, O daughter of Edom, that dwelleth in the land of Uz."
Right.
The cup shall pass to you.
Right.
See?
So enjoy your time that you got left. Because they going down fast, man.
I got one. This is Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 1.
Yeah.
For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, that's our people, and will yet choose Israel.
Hold on. Now you know Jacob's name was changed to Israel after he wrestled an angel.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Right.
I know that.
So he said Israel. He said Jacob because Jacob's name is Israel, and Israel had what? 12 sons.
Exactly.
You got it?
This is Isaiah 14 and 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land.
Back in our land, Jerusalem, Israel. You got it?
And the strangers shall be joined with them,
Right.
and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
We're talking about the ones, the other Israelites that's bugged out, right? That they're going to come back too. It's called, that's why the Lord sent Paul. Everybody think Paul went to the other Gentile nations. No, he went to the Israelites that was scattered among the Romans, the Greeks, all those other places. They was Israelites, but they was keeping the customs, so they became Gentiles, heathenists, right? Go ahead.
That's just like you having a so-called black man in China, and he keep all of their customs.
Right,
And the Lord is like, nah, this is who you really are, and this is your real heritage.
right.
That's right.
They gonna come back.
That's right. To their original
Because
land.
they were all
Right.
scattered, and that's what the Lord is saying right here. All right, verse 2, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were.
That's
and
plain.
they shall rule over their oppressors.
Who's our oppressors?
White man.
Right. Get Jeremiah 37. Hold that too.
So the Lord says that we're going to rule over our oppressors.
That's right.
That's the good news. That's the kingdom of heaven. That's that good news when the one they called Jesus was walking the earth. This is what our people was asking. When we gonna get the rule? When we gonna get what the Lord promised our people that we was gonna have rulership? When we gonna get that?
Real quick to back the brother up. When Jesus, or his name is Yahushua, right? When he was walking the earth, like the brother said, right, and spreading his gospel, right? Who was ruling? What
The Roman.
Exactly.
What nationality was they?
I don't know.
They were
was
Edomites.
So-called
Oh,
white
okay.
people.
So-called white
Romans
people.
was so-called,
Right.
The so-called white man was the Romans. Julius
okay.
Caesar, you know,
Okay.
Alexander the Greek.
Right.
All of them, those were so-called white people.
Right.
So the Lord, when he came back, he was telling our people, look, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. And our people already knew what the kingdom of heaven meant. They already knew that meant rulership on the planet Earth. They knew that wasn't talking about going up into the heavens and staying there forever. They knew that it was talking about
Earth.
dominion on earth.
Exactly.
Matter of fact,
One in Acts 1.
yep, I got it. Oh, you bring it out, huh? Go ahead.
It's Acts chapter 1 and verse 6. When they therefore were come together, they asked of him, saying,
And
So-
they asking the Lord,
So the apostles, the 12 disciples, when he was risen, rose back up, they asked him right here. You got it.
Lord, wilt thou at this time restore again the kingdom to Israel?
Again.
To
the
Israel.
whole world,
To
all
Israel.
nations.
Israel.
Y'all already talking about John 3:16. For God loved the whole world. No, the world of the Lord is Israel. You got it.
and you
Read
gotta
again.
remember, this is after the Lord died and came back. So when he died and rose up, when they celebrate so-called Easter and all of that, they talk about the Lord rose up. When really it's Passover. When he got up, the first thing that they asked him, when you gonna give us the kingdom? In this day and age, they say, well, the Lord came for the whole world. Well, then the Lord would have told them, I'm not setting up the kingdom for Israel, I'm setting it up for the whole world. Well, listen to how the Lord responded to them.
It says, and he said unto them, it is not for you to know the times or the seasons which the Father hath put in his own power.
So that lets you know that not only was the Lord didn't correct him and say, I'm not setting it up for just y'all. I'm setting it up for the world. The Lord said, it ain't time for you to know when I'm gonna do it, or when the Father gonna do it.
That go to your point about the 400-year prophecy. That's completely off
Yeah,
because the
beautiful
scriptures
point.
say, no man knoweth the hour when the sun comes back. Yahushua, Christ doesn't even know. He said only the Father knows.
Right.
You see?
Now look, ooh, beautiful. Bring me back to that point. Listen to this. Listen to this real quick.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Bring me back to this point right here. This is Genesis 15 and 13. It reads, and he said unto Abram, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. That was talking about Egypt. That's not talking about here.
And that goes to the strangers that you brought up.
Right.
The strangers you brought up. That is not the other nations.
Yeah.
Read that over again, Baba Kashab.
So the strangers.
Is the Israelite foreigners.
Okay.
Read it over, Baba Kashab.
Genesis 15 and 13.
Because remember, a stranger is somebody that's in a land that don't belong to them.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Hey, whole Ephesians 2. And I think it's verse 12, 13. This is Genesis 15 and 13. And he said unto Abram, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve them. And that's why they think it's talking about here, because it said a land not theirs. It's talking about Egypt, right? And shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. Nah, you got the one in Ephesians?
2 and 3?
No, like 13, 14 say you shall no more be a stranger or a foreigner, but fellow citizens. Ephesians 2.
2 and 12. Around 2 and 12.
Oh, God. This is
Start at 11.
yeah, Ephesians chapter 2, verse 11. Wherefore remember,
Remember.
that ye being in time past Gentiles in the flesh, who are called uncircumcision by that which is called the circumcision in the flesh made by hands.
So that's talking about the Israelites was calling the other Israelites uncircumcised. They was calling them heathens because they were keeping the custom of the heathen. Go ahead.
Just like right now, you got our people who out here who's, if you ask them what their nationality is, they'll say American.
Right.
I'm African American. And then they keep the customs of this place.
Right.
They celebrate Independence Day. They have
Christmas,
Thanksgiving, Christmas,
birthdays, all that.
That's the same thing
Black
that was happening
Friday.
back then. Exactly.
Right.
That's the same thing that they was doing back then.
That's
Right.
making them money.
Right.
It's all
Exactly.
beneficial to
Right.
them.
The Lord said nothing new under the sun. You got it up.
That's right. That's right.
It says that at the time ye were without Yahweh Hamashiach,
Right.
being aliens from the commonwealth of Yasharallah,
We always aliens from the Commonwealth of Israel. Right? You got it.
and strangers from the covenants of promise.
Right. Strangers, meaning we was keeping the custom, we became like Gentiles. Right? You got it.
We didn't even remember that the covenants was for us.
Right.
We didn't even know.
Right.
We didn't know nothing about the covenant.
Because, like here in slavery, Big Mama and them, it passed it down.
Exactly.
Passed it down. So it got over to us, and we don't know nothing, because 5 generations ago, Big Mama and them wasn't on that.
That's right.
And they made sure we didn't learn that. You got
And
it?
a perfect example of that is the diet that Big Mama cooks.
Right.
When you talk about chitlins go back into slavery. That was what the slave master gave you that was left over. While they was having the nice fat ham,
Right.
what was left over was what they gave our people. That's why even to this day our people eat pig feet, pig
Right.
ears,
Right.
chitlins, which is the anus of the pig,
Cow tongue.
which is why it smell like that when they cooking it.
Right.
'Cause they cleaning the shit out of the anus of a pig and then
Right.
putting hot sauce on it.
The
All of that-
funk. They douse it in hot sauce to cover the damn funk.
All of that goes back to slavery. That's all our people had. That was all that was left. So they seasoned it up real nice, and they stuck it in the greens. They did all kind of shit to make it taste good, but it was always the scraps from master's table.
Come.
And Big Mama, even unto this day, serves us the same thing, even though we got liberty to eat things that are much healthier than that.
They say it's a tradition.
Exactly.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's in the, hey, you got it. Go ahead, Doc. I want to get to the point about the strangers.
It says that at the time you were without Yahweh Hamashiach, being aliens from the commonwealth of Israel and strangers from the covenants of promise,
Right.
having no hope and without Yahweh in the world.
Right.
But now in Yahweh Hamashiach, ye who sometimes were far off are made nigh by the blood of Yahweh Hamashiach.
Right.
For he is our peace, who have made both one and have broken down the middle wall of partition between us.
And that shows you that goes into Israel. Because the middle wall of partition was dealing with the priests. You can only go to a certain level. That was always about the nation of Israel.
Keep reading.
That was always about the nation of Israel. So those strangers and those aliens were talking about the Lord gathering those family members that was way off, all the way into somebody else's land, not knowing that they still got family.
Right.
And that's what Paul was doing. When you hear about Gentiles in the New Testament, that's what it's talking about. Our people who was all in these other lands, they was in the Greek lands with togas, worshiping these gods of the Greeks. Serapis Christus. All of these different heritages and customs they was keeping wasn't their original heritage and customs.
Right.
The same thing that's going on now.
Got a quick read.
Hold on. 1 second, brother. 1 second, we want to answer your question. Finna reading that real quick. Get to the point about the strangers and.
You gotta wait. We do things in order. That's best. You know what I mean? So right after him, you got it. Right?
Get to the point real quick about the strangers and it said and fellow citizens. You're no more strangers and foreigners.
I read that.
No. It's on down 19.
That was in the Emerald Tablets too.
Huh?
Yeah, that was in the Emerald Tablets.
Say that one more time.
That was in the Emerald Tablets.
What was?
About the strangers and foreigners running our land and us not knowing our heritage and where we come from.
Read that.
Ephesians 2:19.
Listen to this.
It says, now therefore you are no more strangers.
Now therefore you are no more. You came up here, the Lord sent your spirit here to hear this truth, which you already know. You got a zeal, right? You got it. Go
It
ahead.
says, now therefore you are no more strangers and foreigners, but fellow citizens with the saints
With the saints.
and of the household of Yahweh.
Who are the saints according to the Bible? Israelites. Everybody talking about they saints. Only people can be saints are these people on this sign right here.
Y'all be blessed, bro.
All right, brother.
I thought you were gonna look it up.
I am, bro. You know what it is.
Yeah,
We
Cap.
out here. Come back. We out here.
Cap. Big Cap. Yeah, you know what that means.
Yeah.
Hey, just to back up.
Come.
This is Hosea 8:8. Israel is swallowed up.
Right.
Now shall they be among the Gentiles as a vessel wherein is no pleasure.
It said Israel is swallowed up, meaning we was overtaken by the heathens. So we just swallowed up with all their customs.
I got a quick precept.
Bring it out.
This is Psalms chapter 106, verse 35.
Right, beautiful.
Verse 34. They did not destroy the nations concerning whom the Lord Yahweh by Shanel Hushai commanded them.
And the Lord told every time he sent his men out to war, destroy the nations. Kill them all. They didn't do it. Go ahead.
But were mingled among the heathen,
Right.
and learned their works.
And learn their works.
And they served their idols, which were a snare unto them.
Right. To this day, man. It's a snare. Now, where we going? Get that Jeremiah 16.
This is Jeremiah chapter 16, verse 15. It says, but the Lord liveth, or 14.
Yeah.
Therefore, behold, the day is come, saith the Lord, Yahweh by Shanel
The day is coming. Right. Go ahead.
that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth, that have brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt.
They ain't gonna talk about that no more. That ain't gonna be the big talk. Right. Go ahead.
But the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north.
From where?
The land of the north.
Hey, this gonna be the new talk. Go ahead.
And from all the lands whither he had driven them.
Right.
And I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers.
He said again, he's gonna take us back home.
His people, just like he did in Egypt. When he rescued our people from Egypt, one nation got judged. We talk about the firstborn of everything, man and beast dying. That was the Lord doing that against a whole nation of people. Now what is the Lord about to do? He about to do the same. He about to do a similar judgment to the so-called white man for what he did to our people.
Hey, get that Jeremiah 30 and 16.
And it's gonna be known. They ain't gonna say, "Oh man, the Lord, that was the Lord that saved them people out of Egypt." Because you gotta remember, in time of Egypt, Egypt was America in its time.
Right, it was the greatest.
It was the greatest kingdom on earth.
Right.
Nobody could beat Egypt. They had the pyramids, they had the soldiers, they had the gold. They was doing it big.
That's where embalming people come from.
Until the Lord brought that system down. And then everybody round about knew who the children of Israel were because they God saved them.
Right.
They took down the strongest nation on the planet Earth. The Lord took that nation down and saved his people and walked them through the wilderness into their own land.
And they ain't had to do nothing but have faith.
Hard to see. For them to go through the
Think
sea.
about real quick. Egypt was the apex of trade. Everybody,
Right.
all the trade routes came
Come,
from Egypt.
come,
You
yeah.
know? That's why Alexander had to go up in there.
And that's why that Babylon the Great is the
You
seaport.
already know.
Yeah, come. You got it. Wow.
Just like that nation was
Wow.
the top dog of its day, America's
Wow.
the top dog of its day.
Hey, boy,
and you
that's
know what the Lord
cold,
about
bro.
to do? He about to
Damn.
show out again. That's why the Lord got the so-called white man get your tanks, get your fighter jets. You gonna need all of that. When I come to get my kids, you gonna need all of that, and it still ain't gonna be enough. And then the world gonna know, oh, he for real. Cause who can beat America on the planet? Nobody can beat American military.
That's right. They're the big bullies on the block, right?
Perfect.
That's my
Everywhere they go, they steal, kill, and take.
That's my analogy. He stole my analogy, huh? Hey, I always say that. Hey, what I use is,
Beginning of time.
hey,
What they been doing?
that's beautiful. What I always say, when you're on the schoolyard, you got a bully. What happened to the bully?
Sooner or later, he go down.
That North America has been that bully, man.
That's right.
Since they've been in rulership, since the mid 1300s, man.
And really, it's the so-called
But
white
then
man.
people get tired of that.
Exactly.
They're gonna rise up.
Well, you know what?
They're gonna rise up from out of small places and come together.
Hey,
And come at it.
hey, get the Joel 3 and 9, man. Hey,
I got all of them, bro.
bring them out.
It's Romans chapter 9, verse 22.
Right?
What if God, willing to show his wrath and to make his power known, and do it with much long suffering to the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction?
The best.
So what if the Lord, willing to show his power, gave America some power? So he can show his power. Because this military is the top military on earth. But when the Lord come back, all this shit, the show stops. That's why.
Same way how he was dealing with Pharaoh.
Same way.
How he built them up. How they
Exactly.
built
It
them
mentioned that in that same chapter, Romans the 9th chapter.
Exactly, brother. The Lord doing
Beautiful.
the same thing.
Beautiful.
Let
Yeah,
you
beautiful
think you
spirit,
big and
brother.
bad until the Lord come through and
Good.
show you who really big and bad.
Good.
You think you're doing something, let the Lord show you how to do this shit. When it comes to judgment and bloodshed, nobody's better at it than the Lord.
But they think this right here gonna keep them safe.
That's how the Lord gonna get them.
Nuclear.
Yeah.
They think they can destroy the whole earth. You think the Lord gonna let them destroy something what he built? Think about it.
What you got?
I must be allowed to read.
Go ahead, dog.
It's in Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 16. Thy terribleness have deceived thee, and the pride of thine heart, O that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, that holdest the height of the hill.
Who dwelt in the cleft of the rocks?
So easy a caveman can do it.
The white man.
Right.
Exactly.
Where they come from? What Caucasian mean? Cave dweller.
Yeah, but they say they used to have tails on.
No, that's you got it up.
But look around. You
They
see,
say they used to walk on all fours.
Yeah. And they used to grunt like cow, like horses. Yeah.
So they learned
That's in
from
here.
us.
Right.
why do you think that? Look around. You see how they build? Look around. You see how they build these high buildings? Because it reminds them of home. It reminds them of being up in the mountains, in the
Exactly.
clouds.
Right.
That's why they like to be on the top floor. They love that.
That's why they like to walk on tight ropes and all that.
Yeah.
Jumping out of the beaches.
Yeah. Bungee cord. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got it up. Yeah, that's why I tell you in the scripture, tell you in Genesis that we are plain men, dwelling in tents. We like to chill.
That's right.
But it said they are men of the field. They cunning hunters. Scripture tell you that they cunning
So
hunters.
they come out the cave.
That's why they like to get deer callers and duck callers and they do all this. See, we plain men. We like to chill, drink some wine, eat good and chill.
Dance a little bit.
They like to go do all the other madness. You got it up.
It says, thy terribleness have deceived thee, and the pride of thine heart. And aren't they very proud?
Yeah.
They very proud, man.
Yeah.
You know, it says,
Look at the president. Prime example.
Yeah. And
Look
he
how cocky he is.
super
Yeah.
the
red.
epitome of pride.
Disrespectful.
Yeah.
But the
Look
Lord
at it.
said it.
Talk that talk like
The Lord said it, they deceived themselves. He got them in the trick bag.
Right.
It said, Obadiah?
Yeah, it's Obadiah, verse 3. The pride of thine heart have deceived thee.
The same thing I just read. And the Lord is reiterating it again.
Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock,
Right.
whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?
They proud. Who gonna stop us? Who gonna bring down this economy? Who gonna
Right.
come up against our military? Who
Right.
gonna stop us? The Lord? Hell no. Read it over, Baba Michelle.
It says, the pride of thine heart have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock.
They say they are the God. They say they are the Most High, man.
Right.
That's how proud they are. They say there is no God.
Right.
It was a Big Bang theory. It was evolution.
Right.
The pride of their heart have deceived them.
It says, whose habitation is on high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?
Who? I am the Most High. I'm the baddest.
Right.
Go ahead.
Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and thou set thy nest among the stars.
And that's a telltale sign.
Right.
Who the Edomites are. Going back to Alexander. He used to carry the eagle around. That was his symbol. The same thing with
Romans.
the Romans did too. Come.
Yeah.
And now it's on the back of our quarters. It's on our seals.
Right. It's on the mail truck.
That's right.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
You got
It
it.
says, thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith
What?
Yahweh by Shem Yahushua.
And it says sit the nest among the stars. Now when you go in Revelation, it tell you that that the red dragon took a third part of the stars, right? The third part of the stars is Judah, Benjamin, and Levi.
Okay.
Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, so-called Negroes, so-called Jamaicans, and so-called Haitians. We was in Jerusalem, right? The southern kingdom. The northern kingdom was already on this side of the earth. The Indians, the Mexicans, so-called Puerto, they was already over here. So the stars, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, we were still in Jerusalem during 70 AD. The Roman Empire in Revelation is the dragon, the red serpent, representing the Edomites because they red. So it said he took a third part of the stars. So it said he will exalt his nest above the stars. They control all the churches, all the religions, right? They control everything.
That's right.
They took us down
That's right.
when they took down Jerusalem, right? And they destroyed us. Read that again, Art.
It says, and thou set thy nest among the stars.
And they also go into they space station, right?
Yeah.
They nests, they high rises. They love the penthouse.
That's right.
All that links to them devils, man.
Yeah.
You got it.
It says, thence will I bring thee down, saith Yahweh by
Right.
Hashem Yahushua.
Right, and they coming down. America is collapsing, man. The dollar is finna crash. This place is basically done, man.
Hey, what happened the harder you climb? The higher you climb, what happened?
You eventually get a
The harder
base.
the fall is.
Right,
They done reached the heavens with the wickedness.
right,
man.
right. He said that sin had reached to the heavens, man.
Well, remember them people in the Bible what tried to build
In
that-
Babylon,
Yeah,
Nimrod,
they tried to get up to
Tower of Babel, yeah.
Talking about they were going up there to see
Right.
And to back you up,
what
you
he
have-
did.
Good point.
What he did to stop them. He split their language.
Right, right,
And
right.
what is America? What were they trying to do? They were trying
That's
to make
beautiful.
everything one, right?
Yeah.
What is America? The great melting pot.
Exactly.
And what was it called?
Babel.
Babel, right?
Yeah.
What does Babel mean? It means confusion. What we got here? A bunch of confusion.
Turn
LGBTQP.
on the news.
You don't
Number
know, you don't-
confusion.
You don't know if you looking at a man. You don't know if a man is a man. You don't know if that's a woman. You don't know what you're looking at. I'm on a plantation. I don't know what the hell that is, man. I'm scared to say something. I don't know what that thing is, man.
Then another thing too, it's just like right here in Atlanta, with the mayor. The mayor, I feel. Don't get me wrong, my heart go out for the people. What got killed in that club down
My
there?
fault.
Yeah,
Oh, no,
my heart
hey,
go out, wait, hold
that-
on.
go ahead.
My heart go out for them.
Right.
They're human, but what they do is wrong in God's eyes.
Hey, that was
God
judgment
don't
from the
like
Lord, man.
that.
That
Yeah,
was Lord
he don't
judgment.
like that. He don't like that.
Hey, this Isaiah 24 and
What
10.
they do, they go around now. They embrace this whole city. Embrace that.
Every city
Rainbow
do.
signs, all
Right,
that.
right.
Not only do they break, they shove it down your throat.
Right.
And they tell you got to teach your children. They
That's
force
right.
it upon you.
That's right.
They done passed it to a law, man. Did you know that they done made it over 20 states bestiality? You can sleep with animals.
What?
Yeah. And they just passed the LGBTQP Equality Act. So now they got to be equal. They finna change bathrooms and make them all unisex. This is Isaiah 24:10, right? It reads, the city of confusion is broken down. That's Babylon the Great, confusion. Every house is shut up that no man may come in. There is a cry for wine in the streets. People, the Bible tells you, Jeremiah 37, Jacob's trouble coming. It's gonna be cannibalism out here. It's gonna be famines, race riot, martial law, concentration camp. The RFID microchip finna get pushed. Where it's at? Oh, it's on the sign over there.
You say the
The RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast.
Exactly. I don't say it. I don't finna get ready to talk about that.
Yeah. In the right hand and the forehead, right?
Yeah.
It's already happened. This is the end all be all before destruction comes. Before World War III start, you know World War III coming, right? You see what they doing with the missiles? They creating those ICBM missiles. All the nations, Russia, China, North Korea, they testing them. What they gonna do with them?
Use them.
What they gonna use them at?
All the other nations.
Hey, get Jeremiah 14:12,
What they
Zechariah 14:12 for me.
What they gonna use them at?
We finna read it to you.
14:12.
Yeah, 14 and 12.
Zechariah 14:12.
They love me.
Listen to this. You ever seen Terminator
Yeah.
Part 2?
Yeah.
Remember when Sarah Connor was on the gate?
Yeah.
When she was having a vision and she caught on fire? When the whole fire blew? Go ahead, Doc. They get that.
Zechariah 14:12.
They get that from here.
It says, it says, and this shall be the plague wherewith Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai will smite all the people.
Read the verbatim for the brother.
All right. It says, and this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people
All the people. Go ahead.
that have fought against Jerusalem.
That fought against the southern kingdom. Go ahead.
Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet.
That fought against this whole 12 tribe, right? All the people that fought against them. Read it again for the brothers.
Now it says, the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet.
Now you remember Terminator 2, Sarah Connor on the gate. Go ahead.
It says, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes.
Right.
And their tongue shall consume away in their mouth.
Right.
And it shall come to pass that in that day that a great tumult from the Lord shall be among them.
So, Lock, I got a question. It said all the people that fought against Jerusalem, that's going to happen to. What on the face of the earth can do that? What could possibly, is it gonna be a tornado that's gonna do that? Is it gonna be a hurricane?
Only that can do that.
Yeah.
Exactly. Nuclear missile.
Yeah.
Hey, get Isaiah 54. What
Back
you
brother
got?
up real quick. This is Malachi chapter 4, starting at the top.
Yeah. One.
It
Yeah.
says, for behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven.
That's an oven.
And all the proud, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. And
You're familiar with the lake of fire, right? You've heard of the lake of fire?
Yeah.
That's Babylon the Great, this place. So many missiles, you want to get how many missiles? 200? Yeah, so many missiles are going to hit this place. And you got to remember, this place got pipelines, all type of stuff. Once these missiles hit, planes are going to be falling out the
Gas
sky.
line.
Gas
Yeah.
line.
5,000 square miles of gas
It's going
line.
to be a lake of fire, man. Lock, you got it out.
This ain't no religion over here.
it says, Malachi chapter 4, for behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, for behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts.
You see that right here? That's stubble. Go ahead, up.
The Lord of
Won't
hosts.
leave. Won't leave. Refuse.
The Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch.
Right?
But unto you
Revelation 9
that
and
fear my
16.
name shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings. And ye shall go forth and grow up as calves of the stall. And ye shall tread down the wicked, for they shall be ashes under the soles of your feet. In the day that I shall do this, saith the Lord of hosts.
Now that was the point. Now get Joel 2 and 1. You got it.
It's Revelations 9 and 16.
Did he finna read to you? He finna read to you about the missiles. Go ahead.
And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000. And I heard the number of them.
What's 200,000? You know? 200 million. Go ahead,
I'm gonna explain something to you, right? When you study these missiles, right? For example, Russia has a missile called the Satan II. When you look at the Satan II, first of all, the speed on it, it's like Mach 5, Mach 7, something like that. Meaning it'll come over, it'll hit. By the time it comes out of the silo and goes up, it comes out of the ground, right? Out of those silos, goes out into the atmosphere, out of space. That's why it's called intercontinental ballistic missiles. So it goes out into the atmosphere, comes back down, and then hits, right? But this thing right here is called a warhead, right? It separates. Each one of these warheads is a nuke in itself. And these missiles, each one has like 10 warheads in it.
Right.
So it's gonna split and be like 10 missiles in one.
Right.
I'm being generous. Some of them is even better than that.
Right.
So you imagine, and then all these America's allies is gonna shoot missiles over here.
Right. All the allies of the UN, they're gonna turn against North America. All of them.
So now you get a better picture why it says that many missiles and why it's gonna be a lake of fire, man. A hell of a lot of missiles is gonna hit. It's gonna black out the sun, man. Black out the clouds.
So for John to call this a lake of fire, the Lord took him up and showed him North America burning.
That's why
It is 5,000 square miles North America is.
Now you understand why he said lake. So if he's up in them chariots, right, looking down, it looks like a lake of fire. He can't see nothing but smoke and fire going up. You got it out?
The elect gonna be in the chariots watching it. The ones that get saved, they're gonna be sitting in a spaceship. What the white man calls spaceship, but in the Bible they call chariots. We gonna be, Lord willing, we gonna be sitting up the elect. They're gonna watch North America be destroyed. And Israel, because them people's in our land, they over there have gay parades every year in our land. Yeah. You got it, I'll go back to that.
Crazy.
Hey, that's the Lord.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Back in Revelations 9:17.
Right.
And thus I saw the horses in the vision.
Now listen, this is John say he saw the horses. Now the best way he can explain this, because in daytime, how did they fight? How did they fight? They line up across the battlefield.
Exactly.
So this is the best way he can explain it, because wasn't no technology like that back then, right?
Exactly.
Go ahead.
And thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them,
Right.
having breastplates of fire,
Right,
and of jacinth, and brimstone,
right.
and the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions.
That's why they call warheads on the tip of the missile. Go ahead.
And out of their mouths issued fire and smoke and brimstone.
Now he said the horses and the horsemen. A horse can issue out fire. So this is the best vision that John can relate. Go ahead.
By these three. Oh well, if I can say something.
ahead.
It says it has the heads of a lion.
Right.
And the lion represents that power.
Right.
That ferocity.
Right.
You see? But it says in verse 18, but these three, because like the brother's going into, these heads pack a lot of bombs within them. See?
Right. A lot of yeah.
It says, but these three was the third part. By these three was the third part of men killed
Right.
by the fire, and by the smoke, and by the brimstone, which issued out of their mouths.
And that third part of men mainly, they're talking about the Edomites, right? 2/3 of Israel gonna die too, but that third part of man is mainly the Edomites and all the heathen nations. That's on that sign over there. Go ahead, dog.
For their power is in their mouth,
Right, the power from the warhead. Go ahead.
and in their tail.
In the tail, because right,
When
being
it's fire.
propelled from the tail.
When you see it, yeah, well, that's what it looks like. You know, when you see the missiles go up, you see that tail, and it's, you know.
And their tails were like unto serpents.
That's what he's talking about.
You see it when they go up into the atmosphere. You can't really see it here, but that's what you're talking about.
And it says, and had heads, and with them they do hurt.
Had heads, different warheads was in the heads.
So you know they ain't talking about no horses.
No.
Go ahead.
It says, and the rest of the men which were not killed by these plagues, yet repented not of the works of their hands, and that they should not worship devils and idols of gold and silver and brass and stone and of wood, which neither can see nor hear nor walk.
That's good. That's the point. Get Joel too. So it's telling you right there that he was relating the best way to what the Lord showed him, the missile that's going to destroy this place. That's why they created. Oh, get Isaiah 54:16. You got it. Bring that out.
Isaiah chapter 54 and verse 16. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire.
You know what a smith is, right? He makes weapons. A blacksmith.
Okay.
You got it.
and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work.
For his works. Go ahead.
And I have created the waster to destroy.
What's a waster? That's a nuke to destroy. So the Lord say, hey, get Jeremiah 15:25 real quick. I read that. Yeah, I want you to bring that. I want to read that first though. 25.
This is Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 25.
Right.
The Lord Yahweh hath opened his armory.
This is the Lord's armory. He just read to you Isaiah 54:16. Say he created the smith that blow the coals in the fire.
Exactly.
That created a waster for it, right? Go ahead. Now, I just want 25 for the point. Go ahead.
Cut it short. Remember, you made a point about the trick, how it's a snare, a trap.
Exactly.
So listen.
Go ahead.
It's Jeremiah 50 and 20. A sound of battle is in the land and of great destruction. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder?
All right, con, yeah. The hammer of the earth is the Edomites. They control the entire planet through their military. So that hammer is their military. You got it?
How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations?
Right, because North America gonna be a total wilderness. The Lord said this shall never be inhabited ever again.
It's gonna burn all up. Make sure nothing grow or nothing over there.
It's gonna be a wasteland for scorpions and serpents. It's a different type of serpents. Go ahead.
I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon.
Right, because these same missiles that they created, right? The first missile created by the Germans, which was Edomites, right? They gonna die by their same instruments. You got it. Right. You got it. Con.
I have laid a snare for thee,
right?
And thou art also taken, O Babylon.
Right.
And thou wast not aware.
Right. See, because of his pride. They said they got the biggest military. They the one, they God. Go ahead.
Thou art found and also caught.
Right, because it said that he would make Esau bear. And we will know because everything's gonna be in the light now. Ain't no more secret society. Exactly. It's out. That's right. You got it.
It says, because thou hast striven against the Lord Yahweh.
Right.
The Lord Yahweh hath opened his armory and hath brought forth the weapons of his indignation.
The weapons of his righteous anger. Indignation means righteous anger. These are the weapons of the Lord anger. Go ahead.
For this is the work of the Lord of hosts, Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai,
right,
in the land of the Chaldeans.
Right, Chaldeans go back to the Edomites. Because the ancient Chaldeans, they was witchcrafters. They dealt with different, sorceries and all that. And that's these Edomites today. They drink blood, all they sacrifice kids and all that. All right, now bring out what you got.
And all of that witchcraft goes back to the original Babylonians.
Right.
The Chaldeans.
Right.
That's why the Illuminati are considered the Chaldeans of this day and age.
Right.
Because they've taken those same customs on the left-hand side. All of that sacrificing kids, all of that drinking babies' blood, adrenochrome, all of that stuff really goes back to the ancient Babylonians. They were doing these customs because in that time they thought that stuff actually gave them a blessing. Just like now in this day and age, the so-called Illuminati, they do these things behind closed doors and they really conversate with spirits. They really have spirits that they conjure up and they can have conversations with. But it's gonna come a time where all of that stuff ain't gonna work for them.
No more.
Exactly.
I got a quick free because
you got it.
The brother gave you the first-hand visual of what's gonna happen here. He said this place is gonna be completely destroyed. So I'm gonna give you the visual of what the other nations gonna be doing when they see this place completely destroyed.
Right.
All right. This is Revelation chapter 18. I'm gonna start at 9. It says, "And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her."
Right. Talking about all the other nations and the rulers of the other nations. Go ahead.
"Shall bewail her."
Right.
"And lament for her, when they shall see the smoke of her burning, standing afar off, for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come."
I brought out how fast those missiles travel. Mach 5, Mach 7. They said they got a missile that'll reach over here in like 30 minutes. The scriptures say in 1 hour this place is gonna be destroyed. 1 hour.
And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore.
Everything in every country is sold here. The iPhones, the Galaxies, the Lexus, the Benzes, the fine linens, everything is here, sold here. They make their money from here.
We're consumers.
Right.
We don't make nothing. America just straight consume. So when this when this place is strictly burning, the other nations are just gonna be crying and just they're gonna be in
But they
unbelief.
make money.
Yeah,
Exactly.
because it messes up their economy too.
Exactly.
It ain't gonna be about the people. It's gonna be about the fact that
money.
they ain't gonna make no money.
Exactly.
Hey, and that's the trick bag because they make their money here. When you read Obadiah 1 and 7, it said all the men of that confederacy have. Hey, read that. Cause listen, this is a trick bag. The Lord got all y'all joined together to make money, but these same nations gonna turn against them and shoot the missiles over here, and then they gonna be crying about it like, what do we do? It's the will of the Lord.
Yeah.
The Lord cold, man. Hey, what you always say? He's the what? He's the ultimate chess player.
That's
Yeah.
right. You never lose.
Checkmate.
He's a winner.
Checkmate. Yeah.
You got it up.
Obadiah 1 and 7. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border.
Right. All the men of that confederacy. Everybody joined to the UN. They're gonna turn on North America and shoot missiles over here. Go ahead,
The
up.
men that were at peace with thee
Right.
have deceived thee.
All them that are at peace with them, with the UN, EU, and NATO. Right. Go ahead.
And prevailed against thee.
They're gonna prevail against her. Go ahead.
They that eat thy bread have
They-
laid a wound under thee.
They that, my bad, like it. They that eat their bread over here, make their money. Read it again.
It says, they that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee.
Right.
There's none understanding
It said they that ate their bread with you have laid a wound under you. And it's what?
And there is none understanding in him.
Why? They don't understand what's really going to happen because their pride. The Lord have blinded them, man. Just like Pharaoh.
Right.
If I may say this,
You got
the
it.
brother was bringing out a couple of days ago how the U.S. has been fighting so many close-range wars that they haven't really been focusing on their long-range weapons.
Right, right.
All these other nations have been focusing on their long-range weapons, like China, Russia, Iran, and so on and so forth.
man.
And they've been developing these missiles that the brother was talking about that go Mach 5, Mach 4, and Mach 5. Mach is the speed of sound. So saying Mach 4 is like 4 times the speed of sound. That's why it's going to come over here and it's going to destroy America within an hour because they're so fast. They've been focusing on their long-range weapons.
Right.
See, you gotta stir me up, huh? You're absolutely right, man. I never thought about that. Wow.
And the Lord played chess with them. Because one thing you do in chess is you might throw a piece out there that somebody can get easy. But once they touch that piece, you already got a whole set of traps that happen because they touched that piece. Now the Lord had the so-called white man go to the Middle East to fight a rinky-dink army, an army who really don't have that much.
That's right.
And they spent so much time focused on them that the other competition was prepared for them.
When
And
they
ain't
do
have
come
time
to
to
them, right.
prepare.
Ooh.
So now that they trying to get their way out of this little war with the Arabs and the sweatpants and they doing their little makeshift bombs, now they gonna have to fight a real war that they not prepared for. And that's how the Lord's gonna checkmate them. Exactly. Exactly.
I was just thinking about, like you was going into, all these treaties, the INF treaties, all these treaties he pulled out of. While North Korea been underground testing their shit, you know, working on it, perfecting it, man.
Because everybody's waiting for the hammer of the earth to come visit them.
Right.
So when you watch the hammer of the earth beat the shit out of everybody else, you like, well, it can't be us.
That
If
bullet
they
we
come
were
for
talking
us,
about.
We got to be prepared if they come for us. So while they've been fighting everybody in the Middle East, these other nations been investing their money into that. So when it's time, they're not going hand to hand with you. They pushing buttons now. Just like our people in the world said, we ain't fighting no more. They ain't going hand to hand with you.
No more
You know what?
battlefield.
Nah, they
They
pushing
do
buttons.
now.
That's right.
Hey, go to the point about that deadly wound, that hill, they laid a deadly wound. Because what, they really talking behind America's back in cahoots, man.
Right.
Russia,
Right.
Iran, China, they all, that's why they
But deep in their heart, they don't like it.
No,
They ain't got no
that's
choice.
why
but
They don't got no
Exactly.
choice because the bully control the entire planet with its policies, democracy, its legislations, right? That's why they are joined to the UN because the bully done went and said, look, get down or lay down. What they said, we gonna get down. We getting down with you. He going to the next country. Get down to lay down. What you gonna do? We getting down. So, hey, you take these policies, you take these legislations, you take these policies, and this is how we gonna do things from North America. They control everything.
That's right.
This is Joel chapter 3 and verse 9. It says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men.
Work at the mighty man. It's talking about all those 17 heathen nations. Go ahead.
It says, let all the men of war draw near.
And they all join near over there in the valley of Jehoshaphat. Go ahead.
Let them come up.
Right.
Beat your plowshares into sword.
It say beat your plowshares into sword. A plowshare is a tool of farming, right? So what y'all been using for agriculture, take that and put it into these missiles.
AKA.
Somebody like fertilizer.
Hey, I got
Right.
one better for you. Instead of helping the economy, helping the people out,
Right.
put it in the military. That's why the people
Right.
in the uproar. They
Right.
complaining about being oppressed.
Right.
But the nations have money, but like Trump said when he came into office, he was going to revamp the military.
Right.
He was going to come up with a space
Right.
force.
Right.
That's what all these other nations are doing. They perfecting the equalizer.
Right,
They
right.
got the great equalizer now.
Gone.
So the modern,
They spend their money on farming. They spend their money on missiles now.
exactly.
They spend their money on defense.
On defense.
The
Right.
modern comparison to that is that they invest in their budget into the military.
Right.
They no longer invest in their budget into the
They keep
infrastructure.
everything under control.
Right. Basically, yeah.
Because everybody's scared of the hammer of the earth. Man.
Right.
They seen what they did to Libya, how they pulled Gaddafi out of his palace, put him to death. And all these other world leaders is
Yeah,
like, man,
man.
not us.
The terribleness. And Trump won with that. What he say? You want to end up like Libya?
Yeah.
He threatened them with that shit.
Right.
Wow.
Say he'll destroy Afghanistan in 10 days.
Pride of his heart have deceived him.
Yeah. So with the strongest military on earth, and they talking that kind of talk, you ain't thinking about putting your money in making more corn. Because the way you see it, you might not have no people to feed.
Right. Messing with that hammer.
Especially when they look at this man's track record.
Because they know he'll do it.
At first they might have let him slide and said, nah, they wouldn't do nothing like that. They're not going to destroy the whole earth. They would never do something. But they look at him and they say, yeah, I think he might do that. This man reneging on all the deal. We try to be at peace with this guy. We trying to have treaties. He's ripping them shits up. So they're like, nah, we got to watch this devil.
And then see Hiroshima, Nagasaki,
Yes.
how they bomb whole nations of people. So they know that this devil, this so-called white man, he's about it. He'll do it. You know what I'm saying? But
He don't have no remorse.
Nah.
right, he don't have no remorse.
Well, when you go into Genesis, this is his blessing. His blessing is the ability to kill people in great numbers. The Lord just gave him an upgrade. So he went from having military might with a sword to having planes and missiles and the ability to kill thousands of people in a matter of minutes. But this is his blessing. That's why the world is ran by warfare.
Yeah.
Because that's his specialty. That's the only language he knows.
Back in Joel chapter 3, verse 10, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I'm strong. Assemble yourselves and come all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause the mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come get you down, for the press is full, the fats overflow, for the wickedness is great. Multitudes in the valley of decision. For the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision. Mm-hmm. It says, the sun and the moon shall be darkened.
You good education. The camera's still rolling.
I was going to say, that's what I said. It's going to block out the sun. It's going to block out the clouds.
Right.
There's going to be so many missiles, not to mention the chariots of the Most High going to come also.
Right.
Hey, that's why the Lord said that day is going to be a day of darkness.
Right.
Not light.
Dark gloominess.
That's metaphorically, that's spirit, that's all in one.
Yeah.
And when you go into that, it said that the harvest is ripe. The seed of wickedness has grown so much to the point where the Lord is ready to go ahead and get rid of this.
Right.
That's like a garden. Once the seed of wickedness was planted, the Lord allowed it to grow to a certain height. before he got down on them. Now we at the time where everybody has to pay for the consequences of wickedness. And that's what the day of the Lord is about. It's about the consequence of bad actions on repeat.
Right.
And the only way you can get out of that loop is to seek salvation from the Lord if you are of the nation that the Lord has chosen. Because remember, he said he's going to do all of this for the sake of his people.
Exactly.
I got a quick point.
What you got?
Get ready to go now, brother.
All right.
Y'all coming? Y'all be back?
We out here every
Saturday,
Saturday.
brother.
Every Saturday.
How
Yeah.
about, every Saturday? That's on Saturday?
Every Saturday.
Okay, I'll be back.
And we on YouTube. If you got a phone, you got
Yeah, I got
access. We on YouTube with GMS Orlando.
Okay.
Go to YouTube and subscribe to our channel,
If I
brother.
can say this before you leave real quick.
Go ahead, brother.
The most important thing you need to know, take away from all this, is the name of the Lord, because that's the only way you're going to get salvation. The name of the Heavenly Father
Right.
is Yahweh.
Right.
Yahweh.
Right.
Yahweh.
Meaning he is.
Right. And go ahead. You got it. You got it.
The name of his son, who people call Jesus, his real name is Yahweh Shai, meaning he is the deliverer. So if you pray to those names, you see, and that's how you're going to receive salvation. Because by no other names are we going to receive salvation. See, that's very.
Hey, I want you to leave with this precept. It's Isaiah 35:3. Strengthen ye the weak hands and confirm the feeble knees. Say to them that are of a fearful heart, be strong, fear not. Behold, your God will come with vengeance, even God with their recompense. He will come and save you.
And that's our faith. When you go into faith, that's your belief. And if you believe that, your belief is going to be seen by your actions. So the name of the Lord is important. The name of the Lord's Son is important. Your faith that the Lord is coming to save should be just as important. And that faith and that belief in that saving power should be translated in action. Keep that in mind, brother.
And we out here every Saturday. We on YouTube, GMS Orlando. Hey, be good, brother. Be easy, man.
Okay, y'all.
Hey,
take
shalom,
me.
brother.
I see y'all Saturday.
Lord willing. Lord willing.
Proverbs 18:10. The name of the Lord Yahweh is a strong tower.
Right.
The righteous runneth into it and is safe.
Right. Done.
And that strong tower, we're going to need to run into it in the times of Jacob's trouble, man. See? We're going to need that name.
Get our Psalm 18:2. Read that, precept that.
And for those who believe and understand, you already in the strong tower. Your job is to remain in it. That's why I say ye that endure to the end. If you understand what the Lord has already gave out here, his will, his agenda, and you doing what you're supposed to be doing in truth and sincerity, you've already entered into the strong tower. Your job is to endure and stay in it.
Right.
That's why it says, hold fast that no man take thy crown. Meaning the crown was already given to you. You just gotta make sure nobody take it.
Done.
This is Psalms chapter 18,
Maintaining
and
that
verse 2.
crown.
Right.
Yep.
The Lord, Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, is my rock and my fortress
Right.
and my deliverer,
Yep.
my power, my strength, in whom I will trust, my buckler and the horn of my salvation,
Right.
and my high tower.
And my high tower.
Not Steve Harvey.
And the only way you're gonna be saved is if you've trusted in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, if you've made the Lord your rock, man.
Done.
If you trusted the Lord and believed the Lord, you're gonna do what he say, you're gonna move how he say move. And in that day it shall speak and not lie, man. Right now, the world has the liberty to believe whatever the hell they want to believe. Because it ain't on them right now.
Right.
It's easy to believe whatever you want to believe and go to Starbucks where you can have 3 meals. When if you feel like playing the game, you can play the game. When you feel like doing this, you can do this. It's easy to have an opinion. When judgment is in the earth, you either gonna be saved from it or you're not. And that's the dividing asunder of times, man.
Done.
When the Lord brings judgment and you either covered or you're not.
Zakar, you holding something? Bring it out.
They're going into the missiles and whatnot, and Esau, Edom, use the missiles. But Romans 13:1, it says, "Let every soul be subject unto the high powers, for there is no power but of Yahweh. The powers that be are ordained of Yahweh."
Right.
Hey, that goes into bearing the indignation of the Lord until he come, man.
Done.
You got to be subject to these high powers. Because you had this guy who got pulled over by the police and he wanted to protest. You know, he wanted to buck up, basically. instead of agreeing with his adversary quickly. And then when the Lord let them centurions pull him out of his car, he was calling on Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Yeah, and he was screaming Yahweh Shem Yahushua. But he didn't read Romans 13. You got a better indignation until the Lord plead your cause, man.
Says, let every soul be subject unto the higher powers, for there is no power but of Yahweh. The powers that be are ordained of Yahweh. Whosoever therefore resisted the power, resisted the ordinance of Yahweh.
And that's why none of our people succeed when they go up another way. That's why our people started Black Panthers. It didn't work out. Because you resisting the punishment instead of doing it the right way, man. Just coming back to your Heavenly Father and enduring the chastisement, bearing the indignation. You got it up.
And they that resist shall receive to themselves damnation. For rulers are not a terror to good works.
And if I can say this, you got Black Panthers that's still doing time right now.
Done.
So you're saying pretty much take on the punishments of Deuteronomy instead of going against it. Take on the punishment and don't fight against it.
Yeah, because that's what the Lord, our Lord and Savior, told us. He said, look, agree with thy adversary quickly. Because you ain't in your power right now. In order for us to, we gotta be subject to this. This is the product of our punishment. You know, we get on the so-called white man for what he did was wrong, but at the end of the day, our disobedience put us under this so-called white man.
I got you. This is Psalms 40:1. I waited patiently for the Lord, and he inclined unto me and heard my cry. This is verse 4. Blessed is the man that maketh the Lord his trust, and respecteth not the proud, nor such as turn aside to lies.
And part of that trusting in the Lord is that patience. And it ain't supposed to be easy. You know, our patience is supposed to be hard. It's easy to try to go ahead and get your own salvation. Our people done tried that many times. Martin Luther King's, the Malcolm X's, the Marcus Garvey's, the Huey Newtons. They done all tried to give us a form of salvation. And what did they end up? Like it says in Romans 13, damnation.
Right.
Like we said, you still got Black Panthers that's growing old and gray behind the wall, working for 30 cents a day, for trying to get their own liberty and resisting the power that the Lord ordained.
This is Micah 7:9. Beautiful. I will bear the indignation of the Lord because I have sinned against him.
Right.
Until he plead my case and execute judgment for me.
And every day we wake up and watch the news, we see the Lord is starting to plead our case. Because these other nations are starting to catch hell.
Right.
Perfect example is the California wildfires. The wildfires wasn't in the hood. They was burning down rich people's houses. They was burning down their wine fields and all of that good shit.
Yeah, man.
That they thought they was safe and they was talking shit in their big ass house. The Lord burnt them shits down.
Yeah, man.
Exactly.
Master Pete, remember his house?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
That's the Lord pleading the cause of his people, man. Beginning with those of his people that actually come back to him. Because if you're not coming back to the Lord, then you consider the heathen.
This is Psalms chapter 37, verse 7.
Good, clean wine.
Rest in the Lord, Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, and wait patiently for him. Fret not thyself because of him who prospereth in his way.
Yeah, don't trip off of what they got.
Right.
Don't trip off of these people and how they winning, how they able to do whatever they want to do to our people with no repercussions. It said don't fret yourself. Don't even lose no sleep over that. You know, now some days it's harder than others. Some days you see this shit, you know, excuse my French, some days you see this stuff and it's like, you just start praying to the Lord, like, Lord, this is crazy.
Because it says, because of the man who bringeth wicked devices to pass,
right.
Cease from anger and forsake wrath. Fret not thyself in any wise to do evil, for evildoers shall be cut off. Right. But those who wait upon the Lord, Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, they shall inherit the earth.
That's why I said rest with us. This is what we rest in. We rest in the comfort of knowing that the Lord is going to plead our cause. Our people is on Capitol Hill with picket signs, trying to find out if Massa will make our captivity just a little bit better and give us a little bit more money while we in captivity.
Right.
And the Lord said he gonna plead our cause. What your job to do is to be patient and to learn about your heritage and come back to it.
Yeah.
And it's a lot to learn.
Yeah.
But when the Lord get back, we still gonna be learning.
Right.
If I may say this real quick, that's why they call the scriptures the comforter. Because once you know the will of the Heavenly Father, you start to understand how he's pleading our cause day by day. You know, he's getting us out of this captivity day by day. You know, prophecies are speaking heavenly right now.
See, like I said, you got the cheat code. No one is half the battle. Right? These people gonna get caught with their pants down, man. They not gonna know what the hell's going on. You know?
Hey, that's why the elder did a video from Mississippi. He said, we got the cheat code, man. You saw that? Come.
Real quick, Ephesians 4:26.
Hey, that's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
We got the cheat code, bro. You got it up.
It says, be ye angry and sin not.
Right.
Let not the sun go down upon your wrath.
It's okay to be upset.
Right.
It says surely oppression maketh the wise man mad. But that's how you perfect your patience. Patience means to suffer. If you're not suffering it, then it ain't patience. We really want to get out of this situation. We really don't want our people out here making themselves look like fools, man. Every time you on the internet, you see how people fighting over chicken sandwiches. That shit is embarrassing. Or you see how people on World Star fighting each other, pulling out weaves and shit. We don't want to see that shit. That's not our people's true nature, and we know that. And that's why you're angry, but you're not supposed to go off.
Got a precept. Go ahead, bring it out. You got it.
It's Sirach chapter 2 in verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure.
I always mention, right? He didn't say he was going to take the cup from you. He didn't say you're going to get this prosperity doctrine. He may bless you, but 9 times out of 10, he's going to try you. The Lord is about trying people. Going back to Abraham. He tried Abraham.
Constantly.
He constantly tries people. He tests you. Job. Test Job. How much, you know?
Yeah, I was
continually.
He had Satan test his own son, Yahushua.
Right.
Go ahead, I'll
It said,
bottom from the top, bottom of the shop.
It says, Sirach chapter 2, verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
Prepare yourself. Get ready. Gird up thy loins like a man. Gird up your mind. Already understand. We're going to catch hell. It's going to get worse. You know? You're going to get demonized now. You're going to get ridiculed. You know? You might lose your job. Your woman might come against you. Prepare yourself. Go ahead.
That's why you say before it get better, it's going to get worse.
Hey, the scripture say to count the cost.
Right.
Go ahead.
It says set thy heart aright and constantly endure.
Your heart is your lob, your mind. Get your mind right. Prepare yourself to constantly endure. It said, he that endureth to the end, the same shall be saved. It said, be thou faithful unto death.
Right.
And I will give you a crown of life. Go ahead, Op.
And make not haste in the time of trouble. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully.
Take cheerfully, because the scriptures say the Lord chasteneth who he loves.
Right.
So that means the Lord is dealing with you. These 2/3 walking around, he's allowing them to be sodomites, do whatever the hell they want, because he don't want them. The elect, you're going to catch hell. And you're going to constantly catch hell, because the Lord is checking you, chin checking you. Hey, I'm watching you, man. What you doing? You mess it up. And the elect, we're going to fall, we're going to feel that conviction, we're going to repent, and we're going to tighten up.
And look, he said what? Be cheerful when thou fall. Right, and in John 16:33, he said, Yahushua said, be of a good cheer, because I have overcome the world. You got it?
It says, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity.
The Lord is testing you. He's testing you to see what you made of, man.
And he ain't gonna stop testing you until you see him crack the cloud of the chariot.
You know what I was thinking about? We know it's predestined, right?
Right.
But really, the Lord wants everybody to make it. Like in Luke said, it's his good pleasure to give you the kingdom.
Is it wrong? Right, come on.
But he tests you, man. He say, all right, I'm going to do this to see what you're going to do with it. You gonna trust me, or you going to just drop the ball and go back in the world?
Right.
I'm watching.
Right.
What you going to do? He's not really trying to get you out the truth. He just, you know,
Trying to build you up.
Exactly. He looking for good soldiers, man. Go ahead, you got it.
It says, back, Sirach chapter 2. It says, believe in him, and he will help thee, and he will help thee. Order thy way aright, and trust in him. Ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy.
Right.
And go not aside, lest ye fall. Ye that fear the Lord, believe in him, and your reward shall not fail. Ye that fear the Lord, hope for good, and for everlasting joy and mercy.
Hey, hope. They say hope, and we don't know.
Right.
We don't know. We out here, we don't know if we're gonna make it, man. But we get, hey, I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna give it my all. You know? You gotta hope. We're prisoners of hope, right?
Got it. Got something?
Oh yeah.
Bring it out.
This is
You holding something to call you?
Yeah.
you go ahead.
Bring it out.
This is Lamentations chapter 3 and 26. It is good that a man should both hope and quietly wait
Right.
for the salvation of the Lord.
Yeah, man. Fire.
It is good for a man that he bear the yoke in his youth.
Right.
He sitteth alone and keepeth silence because he hath borne it upon him.
Right. Hey. Get Deuteronomy 24:16.
Run that back.
That's beautiful.
Run that back like quick.
Yeah.
That reminds me of the elders, man.
Yeah.
It is good that they went through everything they went through, right?
Right.
Because what? They
Foundation, man.
built them up to endure.
Foundation,
and
man.
what? Now we follow, you know, men laboring after them, you know? It's good to get it in the youth, man. You know?
Lamentations chapter, bring it out again?
Yeah.
Lamentations 3 and 26. It is good that a man should both hope and quietly wait for the salvation of the Lord.
Quietly wait. Don't be out here fucking moaning and bitching and complaining, man. We all catching hell. We all, but you don't, hey, we got work to do, man.
Right.
You know? Stop bitching, man.
That's what Yahweh said. It's not for you to know at this time.
Exactly.
Hey, just do the work, man.
Just hope, man.
Yeah.
Prisoners of hope.
Tunnel vision, daily bread, one day at a time.
That's it.
It says, it is good for a man that he bear the yoke in his youth. He sitteth alone and keepeth silence because he hath borne it upon him. You want to go from here to...
Yeah, get Deuteronomy 21:16. Because, hey, you got to bear your own yoke, man. Right? What does scripture say?
I got it.
I can't even think what it says.
Got bearing the yoke. Got to bear your own yoke.
Yeah. It was another verse. I don't know if this is New Testament.
About your cross, man.
No, it was another one about bear your own yoke.
Yoke is in there. Yoke is in there. Yoke is in there for sure. Yoke.
I don't know. I can't say right now. I got some other precepts in my head. Yeah, go ahead, read that out. I got some other precepts in my head.
Deuteronomy
man.
24 and 16. And it reads, the father shall not be put to death for the children,
Right.
neither shall the children be put to death for the fathers. Every man shall be put to death for his own sin.
No. I know that one now. It was about bearing your own burden. Something it's like about bearing your own burden. Read it one more time.
Deuteronomy 24 and 16. The father shall not be put to death for the children.
Right.
Neither shall the children be put to death.
Call Allah Yahweh by Shema Shah. And that's Ephraim, man. That's Ephraim. That's Ephraim right there, man.
Deuteronomy. Hey, bro, I can't wait till the Lord destroy this place, bro. We gotta deal with this nonsense, man. Hey, Deuteronomy 24 and 16. The father shall not be put to death for the children, neither shall the children be put to death for the fathers. Every man shall be put to death for his own sin.
For his own sin. That's the point, man. For your own sin, you're gonna get put to death. So, hey, like the brother read Lamentation 3, man. You found it. Be patient and wait humbly, man. Right? Now read the one that get Ezekiel 18 and 20. He got it.
He got it.
Yeah.
Galatians every man, well, I'm gonna start at verse 3. But if a man think himself to be something,
Right.
when he is nothing, he deceiveth himself.
Right.
But let every man prove his own work,
Right.
and then shall he have rejoicing in himself alone,
Right.
and not in any other. For every man shall bear his own burden.
There it is.
That's what it was.
Gone. The water, all right? Water.
Back that up.
Y'all about to smell the shot. Water. You got it.
Matthew 16 and 24. Then said Yahushua unto his disciples, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it.
Right. You got you want to speak on it?
That's pretty much it, man. I mean,
Self-explanatory, man. Hey, you losing our life in this world by not being out clubbing, by not doing the things that these 2/3 heathen indulge in and think and call enjoyment. I mean, we could be out there. So that's one way of us losing our life here. You feel me? We gave up the things of this world. Because what does it gain? It don't gain nothing. You know, what it gains is what we just saw.
Y'all what you say, bro?
All right, you too, man. Y'all. All right.
That's what it gains. We just saw what this world gains. A fun night out. Equaled up to her throwing up in the middle of the street. You feel me?
Yeah, you missed this.
I got a precept.
Read it out.
This is Matthew chapter 19, verse 27. Then answered Peter and said unto him, Behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee.
That's the point that I was going to bring out.
Good.
So why do y'all rushing outside, man?
The spirit,
Hey,
man.
that's what the apostles said, man. We forsaken all. What are we going to get, man? We forsook our children, and that's what it is, making your body a living sacrifice, man.
Right.
You know, it's like you got
Families, associates.
It says, What shall we have therefore? And Yahushua said unto them, Verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit on the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon the 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. And every one that have forsaken houses, and brethren and sisters, or father or mother, or wife or children or lands,
Right.
for my name's sake,
Right.
shall receive 100-fold.
That's why I said prepare thy soul for temptation, man.
Right.
Like Job, you might lose all of that, man. Job lost everything.
Everything, man.
Got it back 7-fold, 10-fold.
Come.
We gonna get it back 144,000-fold, man,
Right.
in the kingdom. And it's gonna be forever. You know?
Hey, Yahushua said, ye that follow me in my temptations, man. He said, ye that follow me in my temptations. What temptations? You got it all. Go ahead.
It says, and shall inherit everlasting life. But many that are first shall be last, and the last shall be first.
The Lord want his men back, man. The ones that helped him create the earth in the beginning, the predestined. Those are his temptations, man. To get you back on board, man. Those on?
Yeah, I'm gonna finish on Matthew.
Go ahead.
Because it goes exactly what
Oh no, let me read it real quick. Go ahead, read that.
This is Ezekiel 18 and verse 20. The soul that sitteth, it shall die. The son shall not bear the iniquity of the father, neither shall the father bear the iniquity of the son.
Right.
The righteousness of the righteous shall be upon him,
Right.
and the wickedness of the wicked shall be upon him.
That's the point, man. The righteous shall be upon the righteous, like the brother read Lamentation 3, man. Right? You gotta be patiently, man. If you understand how the Lord works, you know you fighting for a crown, and it's gonna keep you humble, man. It's gonna keep you patient. You're gonna patiently wait, man.
An incorruptible crown.
Right. You got it.
Back, I'm gonna just finish up Matthew. Back in Matthew 16, started at 16 and 25. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it.
Right.
For what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? For the Son of Man shall come in the glory of his Father with his angels, and then shall he reward every man according to his works.
And these bug outs done sold their life over for some FRN notes, man.
Hey, that's why I say the those who are first shall be last, man.
Right.
Because you got our people who have reigned like kings without us, man. They reigned on the earth like kings.
Yeah.
While the majority of their nation was suffering.
Yeah.
The Jay-Z's, the Futures, they done had the fat of the land, and they done had their consolation on this side. But in the kingdom, they're gonna be last. They just gonna be another common member of Israel. Whereas the rich that sit in low place now, our suffering for Yahweh Shem Yahushua on this side is gonna be exalted on the other side, because they're gonna say those like Edra said, and then I greatly commended them that stood so stiff. When they had liberty to do whatever they wanted to do, they chose the Lord. Now ultimately the Lord decided to make them receive this and go this way. But that's why the first shall be last, man. Jay-Z's and Kanye West's and his bugged out ass, all of them in the kingdom, they just gonna be average Israelites.
Right.
And Lord willing, we endure to the end, they're gonna be your kids. That's how you're supposed to look at them now. They're your kids. They running around bad until Pops come home.
Precept. Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 29. Oh, that they were wise, that they understood this, that they would consider their latter end.
Yeah, because if Jay-Z and Future and Lil Wayne knew what was gonna happen to them at the end,
boy, look here.
They would have considered taking that Judas purse and being a star in this world.
Yeah, they would have counted that cost for being a rapper.
You know what I'm thinking about? You seen King of New York? King of New York?
Yeah, my movie, bro.
That's your Howard shot. You got fat when I wasn't here.
Right. Hey, just around wax, fat, and kick, man.
You reigned and lived like kings without us, man. You know, so on the other side, since they got their consolation on this side, and they dealt wickedly with it.
I was about to say, they stunting on us.
Hey,
you know,
he said you got fat with everybody else starved.
Yeah, they dealt wickedly with their riches. You know, they went to the club and then they took the working man's woman.
I was just thinking that.
Abused her for a night and then sent her back home. Floyd Mayweather, taking women. All of these different, and they got the money to do the right thing, but they won't do that. So not only is they gonna be last in the kingdom, but they're gonna be punished before they're gonna be punished before it actually go down. And you see a lot of that starting to happen. Look, and you see a lot of that starting to happen to them now. Birdman going broke.
Dame Dash, you trying to front? Dame, we know you broke, Dame. Ain't nobody watching your streaming service.
Hey, the judgment ain't even happened.
Stop fronting. You ain't got no money.
We ain't even in judgment yet.
Rockefeller ain't popping.
We ain't even in judgment yet.
Hey, why don't you go to the Rockefellers and ask for some money, huh?
And they going broke. We ain't even in judgment yet, and they starting to fall.
Yeah, man.
Made Rockefeller famous. They made Rockefeller famous. Now you can't even pay the child support, Dame. Come on, Dame.
Well, that's why it says, "Curse shall you be coming in and going out." You can't get around that. That's why the Prince, you know, the Michael Jacksons, they live it up, but they latter end is worse than they began. You know, Michael Jackson started off as a dark-skinned boy with afro. He ended up looking like a white woman.
Right.
His latter end was worse than he began. That's what the world did.
Hey, they had 7 demons on him for real. 84,000 demons.
He had so many demons, he had to fucking get horse tranquilizers and shit to go to sleep. Nigga had to have a doctor by the bed. He was playing with demons.
And he needed an IV to go to sleep. They had to inject. He had a whole IV. They had a whole IV, and it wasn't like he just took a pill and took a Xanax.
Well, that's
and
a lot of demons
out.
you gotta put to rest.
You gotta figure. You know how strong that shit is? That shit is so strong,
Yeah, the
right?
horse tranquilizer, yeah, man.
I don't know what the fuck you're taking.
Yeah,
but
horse
the shit
tranquilizer.
you were taking was so strong, right? You know, like they say, basically,
Put an elephant in.
The doctor would just wake his ass up.
Right.
That's what the point was. It would knock you the fuck out. You
Yeah.
dead. The doctor's dead.
The hit doctor was down 24 hours then.
I want to wake up at 12:30.
Yeah.
His doctor was actually assigned to put him out and bring him back.
Right.
Hey, and that show you that. That's why Howard Shot said, "What can a man give in exchange for his soul?" You ask any Jake from the hood, would they want the same type of money Michael got? They'll say, "Yeah."
Yeah.
Well, are you willing to sacrifice? You willing to go through that?
Oh, look at Prince, huh? Prince died, you remember, he was trying to get pills from the fucking pharmacy.
Yep.
He was trying to, he was trying to go all over the place trying to get the pills and shit. These celebrities are plagued with demons, man. They miserable.
And you think that, our people on the outside looking in, because they ain't got it, they look at them and they say, man, I want to live their kind of life, but you don't know what come with that.
And
Tell you.
more money, more problems, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
And that's why Yahushua said, what can you give in exchange for your soul? When everything that you wanted, you could have had and then some, if you just had patience. But you didn't want the oven dinner. You didn't want Granny to make that dinner on the oven with the mac and cheese and put the love into it. You wanted a hungry man out the freezer and throw it in the microwave and put it on 7 because you want to eat right now.
Right.
You reign like kings without us. But we waited on Pops to cook up that nice meal, that one that's gonna last forever. Exactly. We waited on him to make the meal that was gonna last forever. And when we get that, not only are we gonna be all right, but nature's gonna be okay. And eventually the heathen nations, they'll be all right, except for Esau. Matter of fact, I have one. This is Isaiah chapter 60 and verse 15. Whereas thou hast been forsaken and hated, so that no man went through thee, I will make thee an eternal excellence, a joy of many generations. We were forsaken and hated. Nobody want to be around us Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans unless they're making money off us.
Come on.
They don't want to come to the hood and just chill, get a plate and vibe with Jake. Nah, not unless they're making money off us. But the Lord said he's going to make us an eternal excellence. Not just something temporary, we're going to shine for a moment, then wax old and we out of there. Eternal excellence. As we had to suffer by ourselves, we're going to reign by ourselves as a nation of people.
Come on.
I got another one. Isaiah 60, and I'll continue on. Verse 16. Thou shalt also suck the milk of the Gentiles, and shalt suck the breast of kings, and thou shalt know that I, the Lord, am thy Savior, and thy Redeemer, the mighty one of Jacob. And when you go into that milk of Gentiles and kings, that's the substance. Because when a baby drinks the milk of his mother, it's getting the nutritious,
Right.
the nutritious value,
Nutrients.
the nutrients. We're gonna have all of the substance and the natural resources of the other nations. They're gonna bring tribute to us. Just like everything our people make, they pay to the so-called white man, pay taxes on top of taxes.
I just thought we gonna dehydrate their ass, huh?
Yeah. But they're gonna be better off in that kingdom.
Good.
Cause it ain't like we're gonna abuse it, but we're gonna live fat off of it.
Good.
Because hey, we built, and this is not the only kingdom we built up.
Right, man.
We done built up the Babylonians. We let Egypt. We built
Yeah,
Egypt.
we built the pyramids. Shit.
Any kingdom that you can think of,
We did.
ain't great without the Jacob.
Yeah, it ain't right.
It's great because we was there.
Hey, get out of that Matthew 5.
We played a part in the success of all these nations.
I was going back to Sloppy, I'm in the jet, I got you. Going, like you said, Elder Apostle Hall was bringing out how Alexander, who was it? Plato, Socrates, and all that.
Plato and Socrates with Jakes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's who taught Alexander, man.
Right.
You know?
Come.
That's who really made him great, that Jake did.
Hey, did you see the video? The old video I put up? I put back up today, took off my channel. I put it up on my Daily Motion when Alexander the Greek, when Antiochus came in and said that he made a decree in all Israel. He made them wear togas and gave them the Plato book. You gotta read Plato and all that. Yeah, I did, That's when they had took down on my page. Yeah. I put on Daily Motion.
It's better over there?
I mean, you don't have no scoffers on there.
You can't upload through the phone.
So it's still on
Right,
the
that's the
Daily
only thing.
Motion? Still on the Daily Motion?
Yeah, the elder, the pastor told us, because YouTube finna get kind of canceled out, so go to Daily Motion. Yeah, so he tell everybody to put pages up on Daily Motion. You got it,
This is Isaiah chapter 60, verse 17. For brass I will bring gold, and for iron I will bring silver, and for wood, brass, and for stones, iron. I will also make thy officers peace, and thine exactors righteousness. Violence shall no more be heard in thy land, wasting nor destruction within thy borders, but thou shalt call thy walls salvation and thy gates praise.
Perfection, man.
And that's good news to our people. Because violence is always heard in our land. You're not safe in your own neighborhood with your own people. That's what lets you know this is talking about Israel, man.
That's straight cut to the Amalekites, man.
Come.
Ain't nothing but violence going on over there.
Come.
The Gaza Strip, you got the goddamn Iron Dome, and ain't nothing but violence over there.
Right.
Straight cut.
They shot 400 missiles over
Hey,
there.
that's a beautiful point.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful point because our original land is in Israel, man. You know, but our people are people before it's a place. But even in our homeland right now, it ain't nothing but violence going on. Because you got two nations that don't belong. They're fighting over something that belong to us. And our people, it really belong to our people. And the majority of our people don't give two shits about their homeland. They'll die for a corner that's named after Esau. You got it.
You know what happened to Ishmael? Going back to that guy, I forget the dude that said the Israelites left.
Nasir?
Nasir, forgot his
President
name.
of
But anyway,
Iraq.
Ishmael understand that.
Egypt.
Ishmael understand that them Amalekites don't belong to them, man. So that's why they go so hard. They're like, this ain't your land. We've been here before you, man.
Right.
This ain't our land, but it ain't your land either.
Right,
we
right,
got
right.
more rights to it. 'Cause
Right,
we've been
then
here
they do.
before you.
Right, right.
Say you
Good.
left black, but you came back white.
Right.
What's his
Therefore, it
name,
should
Mark?
never be
What's his
peace.
name? Yeah, that's it. What's his name?
I can't remember.
Abdul Nasir.
But the funny thing about it is, though, on the T.I. and them on that little forum that they had, T.I. brought up the fact, or a gentleman from the audience brought up the fact, and T.I. just reiterated, saying that how can we get reparations? We're not even a nation.
Exactly.
We don't have our own flag, we don't have our own nothing. And we coming out here telling people who we are, where our homeland is,
Right.
and they don't want to hear it.
They don't care.
They asking for what we give it, but when we go to tell them, they don't want to hear it. They don't make any sense to me, man.
Because they want to build it under Esau's umbrella. They want to fight for an extra room on the Titanic. This shit's sinking. And they protesting for a bigger room on a sinking ship. And we telling our people, but our people, it's hard for them to see anything that exists without the structure of the so-called whites. That's why going into Isaiah, the 30th chapter, they trust in the spirit of Egypt. They trust in what this so-called white man doing. They just want a bigger space under his umbrella. The Lord is coming to get rid of this umbrella and start something completely different and put Jake on top of it. Our people don't have no rulership type of mindset. Any other nation would think about that. Oh, I get to rule? Oh, sign me up. Any other nation, the Lord say how the other nations change their gods. If the Lord was going to present this same blessing to any other nation, they'd be lined up around the block right here trying to get their blessing. Putting on garments, coming out every week, they'd be going hard for their blessing if they thought that they was going to get what our nation is supposed to get. But the Lord called our people Sodom's children, man.
Come.
Said the ox knoweth his owner and the ass his master's crib. Israel don't even consider.
Got precept. You got it. Go ahead.
That was a bad analogy, man. A bad bad isn't good. Metaphor, man. Because I was thinking.
Yeah, you gotta go because Jake is stupid as hell. Yeah, I said, what are you talking about, brother? He said something good.
Yeah, why you insulting the brother?
Go ahead.
No, because I'm thinking about the Titanic. I'm saying the ship is sinking, right? And we telling you to get on the fucking lifeboats, man. You don't want to get on a lifeboat. You know? That's crazy.
No, I can't. No, it's not enough for Mouser.
You listen to the Edomite, the cracker that was that was staying with the ship.
Right.
Staying with the ship.
Yeah. Ain't enough for
Mouse.
Mouser. They ain't getting on there, man. Hey, we can't save Mouser. We ain't going.
And Jake has left the problems of the world in the hands of the so-called white man.
Good, man.
That's why our people fighting for a bigger space on the Titanic, because in their mind, in the back of their head, they believe the so-called white man gonna fix his sinking ship.
Right.
So he gonna turn this thing around. Watch.
Right. What's that?
Yeah, that's how they had that.
That's that normative bias. It's that normative bias, man.
But this ship is sinking. And we trying to tell our people that for our sakes, the Lord is doing this. And the return, all we have to do is return. What do we have to do in Egypt to get out of Egypt?
Return.
You know what it is?
That's crazy, man.
They've been beat down so much now, they can't see nothing beyond this, man.
Right.
Like my brother, for example, he went in the Navy, man, and he saw that Mike. I know in his mind he was thinking, ain't no way in hell they gonna come up against America. I know that's what he was thinking.
Who that?
My brother, you know he's in the Navy.
Right.
Yeah, you know, I always tell him about the truth. This bitch about to be destroyed. He don't take these, man.
Can't
But he
what you
probably
say?
thinking that, man, who the fuck all this for? You know,
Right.
he see the
All
news.
this military we got.
He's probably like, man, he crazy.
Nigga, we in over 800 countries, you know. Hey, you can't beat a dead. What is it? You can't beat a dead horse or whatever it is.
Hey, but that's why I say that in Psalms 110. In the day of thy power, thy people shall be willing. When they start seeing these chariots start moving different from these F-35s, they're going to get a different spirit. When they start, because it says it's going to be a war in the heavens, that means the Lord's going to be center stage and everybody going to be able to, oh shit.
Video with a chariot.
Yeah, I was just finna mention that. Hey, that's cold because look, the chariot that they try to shoot the laser at, right? That was a laser. Ain't that some light year technology they had right there? And they couldn't even tap the chariot with that?
It was sliding through, man. It was just sliding through, man. Now imagine when the chariot stopped running.
Right.
Just imagine when the chariot stopped running. Imagine when the chariot stopped playing. Right now they just moving, disappearing, reappearing, pulling up on you. You can see it on the radar, but you can't see it with your eyes. They just messing with you.
The angels is bored, man. They waiting on your other shot. They bored.
They bored.
They fuck with Esau.
Right. They ready. Hey, and when you watch
Esau while he at the space station, they just creeping up behind him like he don't even know we here. He can take him out right now.
They turning on the nukes.
Hebrew Israelite, sister. Yeah, Hebrew Israelite.
Oh man, or not.
Or not. Hey, you crazy. Yeah, started some shit. Hey, in that Independence Day 2, bro, when they come back in the second one, they said everybody, they started getting missiles, they laid to shoot at the big chariot. Bro, he just destroyed the whole defense system.
Yeah.
I gotta bring the new one, right?
Yeah, the second one, part 2. Bro, they were finna shoot at him, he just destroyed the whole system. All the satellites just destroyed them. I said, man, y'all was out from the, man, they don't even know, bro. And they showing it in the movie.
That's gonna make their heart melt with fear, man. When they see all that power just melt like that, their heart gonna melt because they look at this so-called white man like to fix it.
Right, man.
Fix it. If he can't fix it, no man can. So when his whole ship starts sinking and the chariots come and just start knocking F-35s out the sky, then the world gonna melt. People's hearts are gonna melt with fervent heat, man.
They say the mighty men of travail like women in labor.
Right. That's just travail. Hey, that's why with Thanos, man. That's why with Thanos, right? Hey, the whole what it is on the Avengers, all them Edomites, right here, a couple Jakes, they just knew that when Thanos came, he just destroy everything.
They thought they were gonna be
I was like them devil, but you know they're gonna make themselves look good in the end. But yeah, man.
Hey, but Thanos won.
He won.
They had to try to go back in time.
Right.
Remember when
Esau,
the first one came out, we was like, oh, that was bad with that. We was like, this is bad. And then y'all was like, they coming out with another. I'm like, man, what?
It shouldn't even be no another one. Yeah, man.
Man was on the planet by himself chilling and shit.
Right.
He done destroyed the goddamn thing.
Hey, let me read this. This is Amos 9:13. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh, that the plowman shall overtake the reaper, and the treader of grapes, him that soweth seed.
The plowman. What's the plowman? Slaves, man.
Right.
Who's the reaper? The one that reaps the benefit, the owner.
Right.
So the day come when the tables are gonna turn, man.
Come.
There's gonna be a changing of the guard.
Yes.
Go ahead,
And the mountains shall drop down sweet wine, and all the hills shall melt. And I will bring again the captivity of my people of Israel, and they shall build away cities, inhabit them, and they shall plant vineyards and drink the wine thereof. And they also It said, and they shall also make gardens and eat the fruit of them. And I will plant them up upon their land, and they shall no more be pulled up out of their land, which I have given them, saith the Lord Yahweh, by Shem Yahweh Shai, thy power.
And that's going to be a beautiful thing. It said, we shall plant vineyards, meaning that the work of your hands, you're going to reap the benefits, man.
God.
Right now, our people work. They work so hard, and they work for another man's empire, man. They don't actually get to enjoy it. They get a little bit of wages that goes into a pocket filled with holes, man. That's why the Lord say, you're going to eat of the fruit of your doings, man, your land. You're going to eat the fruit of you're going to set up vineyards and drink the wine. We're going to actually have everything that our hearts desire. We're going to build it from the ground up and watch it and be able to enjoy it. You can't enjoy it here, man.
Right.
Even the money Jake make, he can't enjoy it.
Even your children, you're going to be able to enjoy your children. Because believe it or not.
Exactly. Yeah, that's, what's that, Haggai?
Yeah, Haggai 1:6.
Even your children, because contrary to popular belief, the children in this society ain't your own, man. You know, once you sign that birth certificate, that ain't your child no more.
Right. State property.
It's a contract between you and Esau, man.
God.
That's why they can come and take your children from you. That's why they can force them. They can come and put you on child support because them ain't your children, man. They property of the state. They property of the government, just like you property of the government. That's why you have a social security number.
And you don't have time to enjoy your children.
Nope.
You working 1, 2, maybe 3 jobs to support your family. You never get to see your children. You never get to actually guide your children and teach your children the proper way because you're too busy.
That's what I was just thinking. How are they your children when you're not even teaching them? You're not even teaching your children. And the morals that you live by, that you believe, you can't even enforce it on them. You believe that you should be stern and strict with your children. Esau, Edom say no. You can't hit them. You can't do nothing. The scriptures say, spare not the rod and spoil the child. Yeah. Okay. You can't even. I can't even. Man, you telling me that if my little boy tell me he's a girl, I gotta believe him. I gotta go with that. My son tell me he want to be castrated. I gotta listen to that.
Yeah. Thus said Esau.
My children now. They're your children.
Come on.
And that's exactly how Esau wants it for our people, man. And our people would love it to continue this way. That's why our people are easily persuaded and seduced into this lifestyle.
With these tight ass skinny jeans on. Hey, these motherfuckers crazy, bro. What is wrong with these men, bro?
Could you imagine what the prophets saw when they was thinking? When they saw this place? They were like, what the fuck?
The ball,
real.
Man. The city of confusion is broken
down. What manner of planet is this?
Hey, like Charlton Heston on the planet of the Apes. Where are we? Where the hell we at?
Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
That was probably Jake, man, when they said, we did it, you stupid, hard, stiff-necked idiots. You should have listened.
Hey, it's crazy, bro. Jake, these people just crazy, man.
If I may say this too, the scriptures say that wisdom comes by opportunity of leisure. That's why Esau Edom keep the people so busy.
Good.
So that they're not able to impart wisdom into their kids and gain wisdom for themselves.
That's what Pharaoh said. When Moses came to Pharaoh, said, let my people go, what did he say? He said what? He said, you being idle, man. You being wicked. Go get your own straw.
Right.
Do work.
Right.
You being too idle. You know?
Nothing new under the sun, man.
I got a quick precept too. Going back to that point, we was going on the chariot. This is 2nd Esdras, chapter 13, and verse 5. It says, and after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number, for the 4 winds of heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew upon it.
Chariot.
It says, but I would have seen the region or the place whereout the hill was graven, and I could not.
That's referring to that, for example, Independence Day, the first one. That big ass chariot. It's going to be so big, it's going to look like a mountain. You're not going to be able to see where the mountain starts or ends.
That's why I was
Independence Day, bro, like you just said.
Yeah. So, you gotta think about it. He coming back to redeem the elect, man. We need a big ass chariot, man.
I was thinking about that. You look up in the sky right now and imagine not being able to see where the ship ends or where it
Man,
begins.
that's terrifying.
That's why
It just covered the whole sky. You can't see where it ended, where it began. You just looking.
I got a diary.
That's crazy, huh?
Here to Miami. You can't even see it.
It's in Luke
man.
21 and 26. Break it down.
And bro, that's why they showed us that in Independence Day, man. Them devils know, bro.
They getting played with dreams, man.
That chariot was over the whole New York City, man.
Hey, all them producers, all them writers, they get played with dreams, man, and visions, man. They
Yeah.
see, man.
Yeah.
Real quick, I must be allowed to read. Break it down, Barbara Shaw. Luke 21 and 26. 25. Luke 21 and 25. And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars and upon the earth. Distress of nations with perplexity. The sea and the waves roaring. Men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth.
Because your mind can't even comprehend what you're seeing. Your mind can't even make this make sense.
Right,
And because
right.
knowledge and wisdom wasn't your stability, you don't have nothing to look at and put that to. So you just like, I don't know what this is. You just give it up.
We
You
done
spirit just give up.
We done broke it down to you. We done told you that that's the chariots of the angels, the vehicles of the angels, right? But you've been listening to Esau Edom. You thinking that's a fucking somebody from Mars.
Right, aliens and shit.
You know, so
Little
you
green
really
men.
gonna be bugged the fuck out.
Yeah.
Mind can't make it make sense. Your spirit,
beautiful.
your spirit just gonna leave your body, man.
All right. Hey, it's gonna leave your body and come right back down.
Come.
You gonna nope, stay here for this judgment.
Yeah.
I got one real quick.
Let me finish. One more verse. It says, men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth. For the powers of heaven shall be shaken, and then shall they see the Son of Man, Yahushua,
Glory.
coming in a cloud, which the brother's going into, with power and great glory.
And again, you gotta remember, this is our forefathers in the ancient world. Our forefathers in the ancient world, they ain't have planes to compare it to. So what do they see in the sky moving all the time? They see clouds. So that's why they always compare them to clouds or mountains, because they could see a mountain was big,
Right.
a cloud moves.
Right.
So there was always, all right, the cloud, and that's why Yahushua said, you're gonna see me with the clouds of heaven.
Clouds of heaven.
And our people already knew what that meant. They knew he wasn't talking about little white clouds
Right.
of air in water. They knew that was talking about the chariots because they knew about the accounts of our forefathers in the wilderness. Exactly.
About a weapon. This is
It says, and when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh.
So when we see that, our expression and our reaction is going to be far different. Lord willing, we endure to the end. Our reaction is going to be different from the rest of the population. They're going to be bugged out. They're going to be stressed out. They're going to be perplexed. And we're going to be looking and giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shemel Shah, because we know what that means.
They're gonna be running from the chariots. We're gonna be running towards the
Right,
chariots.
right.
Yeah.
Beat me up, Scotty.
This is on Revelations chapter 11 and 11. And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from Yahweh entered into them. And they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them, which saw them. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, Come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. And the same hour was there a great earthquake, and the 10th part of the city fell.
Them 10 FEMA zones.
And in the earthquake were slain of men 7,000, and the remnant were affrighted, and gave glory to the power of heaven.
So we gonna be affrighted that we gonna give glory to the Lord for seeing everything that He said He was gonna do, seeing it actually play out, man. Like we read about famine, about men killing each other for the lack of bread, but we gonna see it. We gonna actually see it. We gonna be in the midst of all of this judgment going on, and it's gonna put the fear of Yahweh Shemel Shah even more in you. But more so, it's gonna put that confidence in the Lord that this is that time that He already spoke about. That's why knowledge and wisdom is going to be the stability. When you see that going down, you're going to know why, and you're going to know that the Lord is, our redemption is now. And then what the brother was bringing up. We're gonna be ascended into heaven. That's that final deliverance in front of our enemies.
Beam me up, Scotty.
Exactly.
Up. Hey, beamed up. Coming to a Super Saiyan.
Yeah, just imagine being 30 feet in the air. You looking down and all you see is your feet and people looking like grasshoppers, man. You know, you'll put that in your mind. Envision yourself being saved. You know, envision the Lord lifting you up. And that light just, and you just getting changed in the twinkling of an eye. You look around and you seeing people look up at you in distress, like, let me try to climb the air and try to get up there when he at.
Hey, hey, that's a beautiful vision right there.
Yeah.
Damn.
Because the Lord gonna do that in front of our enemies, man. Just like we got embarrassed out here in front of our enemies, and the Lord had us out here as a gazing stock to our enemies. He's gonna save us, man, in front of all of our enemies. And they just don't. It said the heathen shall be envious, but they shall be able to do nothing against you. Imagine everybody around you going through hell, starving out, and you just in the midst, living good and enjoying it.
Hey, just imagine seeing the #1 stunner, man. You know Jake like to stunt. We like to look good. We like to be fly. The #1 stunner, your Howard shot.
Say coming in his glory. That means
coming in all his glory. Come on, game over. Game over.
And he coming ready for battle.
Ready for battle to show out. Bring it out, Al. Bring it out.
Matthew 24:36. But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away.
Hey, and it shows you that that's talking about them not making Yahweh Shema Shah a strong fortress. Eating and drinking ain't wicked, you know, marrying ain't wicked. It said they knew not until the judgment came. Meaning they didn't even take heed. While they was doing all of this, they were so distracted and caught up in this world that they didn't even consider the judgment and move with haste. You got it, brother.
So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
Exactly, and we're in the midst of that. Look around you. In the midst of World War III, just look around you. You got people eating, you got people walking in the bars, you got people laughing. Just look around you, as in the days of Noah. We're in the midst of great judgment, and this world is carrying on like everything is all good. We witness prophecy. That's what I mean when the Lord say, "Ye are my witnesses." Yeah, didn't I tell y'all this is gonna happen? Now live it, smell it, breathe it. This is it. Live in it. Live in my prophecy. You got it out.
Then shall two be in the field. The one shall be taken, and the other left.
Yep.
Two women shall be grinding at the mill. The one shall be taken, and the other left.
Exactly.
Meaning beamed up in that chariot, like the brother said. It's gonna be a normal day.
Exactly.
And they're gonna be like, "What the hell?"
Go hell. How the fuck you get all the way up there? The spirit of the
that
Lord.
means your destruction is coming today.
Exactly.
See, that happened. That means the message is right on their way. Woo, boy.
Because it's saying that same hour, a great earthquake. So hey, you see, if you start seeing brothers get beamed up, and sisters get beamed up, hey, this is it. Michael Jackson voice, this is it. That means, hey, this is it. You know, it's over with, man. And that's why, as we get closer and closer, the Lord is just building our faith up, man. When World War III comes, when the chip comes, the Lord's going to further excite you for that reward, man. Because as we see bodies drop out here, we know that the Lord's saving power is coming soon. Good, man. Definitely throw up. Then you looking at us crazy.
They look up for first spirit in Egypt, man.
Yeah, that's what that was. Hey, and what did it say? You are my witnesses. We witnessing the wickedness.
Come Esau. Esau with the skin is on.
Hey, what it say? Hey, if the heathen shall be envious, when they shall be able to do nothing, man. Hey, Esau ain't gonna be able to come up against us in our kingdom. You know, hey, that ain't even gonna be a thought in his mind. He gonna
if we believe that Yahweh Shai died and rose again, even so them also which sleep and Yahweh Shai will power bring with him.
Right.
For this we say unto you by the word of the Lord, that we which are alive and remain unto the coming of the Lord shall not prevent them which are asleep. For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trump of power. And the dead and Mashiach shall rise first. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds, to meet the Lord in the air, and so shall we ever be with the Lord. Wherefore comfort one another with these words.
So that's what we're comforted in.
Since he want to ear hustle, get Isaiah 14 and 21.
Question?
Hey, since he want to ear hustle, get Isaiah 14 and 21. Get Revelation 13 and 10, Isaiah 14 21.
Isaiah 14 and 21.
Right.
Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers.
For whose children?
So-called white man.
So-called white man children. Esau, Edom.
For what?
For the iniquity of their fathers.
Slavery.
Right.
For what you did to the Native American Indians. You're going to have to pay for that, man.
Read it again.
Thus saith Yahweh.
Read it again.
Isaiah 14 and 21.
He's doing the ear hustle.
Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers.
Right.
That they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities.
Who filled the face of the world with cities? The so-called white man.
So basically, Trump is not going to make America great again.
Fuck no.
Hey, get Revelation 13 and 10.
You got a question?
Know all about the love in our heart. That's it, right? Love.
What's love according to the Bible?
One at a time.
Calm down. Yeah.
You familiar with the scriptures, the Israelites? Right?
I just want to spread love. That's it. You know, like I want.
Ain't no love over here.
Right?
Ain't no love.
The Israelites, there's certain
Ain't no love over here.
prophecies that happen for everybody.
Always.
In today's society, the so-called Israelites are the so-called Jews, right? The Jewish people in that land of Israel, right? But according to the scriptures, they're not the people. They stole someone's identity. Get that in our Revelation. Okay? That the people's identity that they stole were these people that you see on the sign.
So-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans.
We are the true people of the Bible. Now, how do we know that? Because the curses fit us. Get old Deuteronomy for you. All
Why do you believe it?
That's easy.
I'll answer that question after you answer me this. Why do you believe there isn't a God?
It'd be like saying, why do I not believe this?
Okay, you don't have I don't have to answer you, so you didn't give me a proper answer. But I am going to answer you. I believe there's a God because everything is in perfect design. For example, your body, your heart pumps, hold on. For example, your body, your heart pumps blood without you thinking. You breathe without you thinking. Everything is in balance. For example, the water, the ocean. The way the water rolls up in the ocean and rolls back, that's by perfect design by the Heavenly Father, the Creator. Everything is in balance. Hold on, everything is in balance. There's light, there's dark, there's up, there's down. Nothing is by coincidence. That's why I believe there's a Heavenly Father. And another reason why is because He left us these scriptures with prophecies in it. Over 2,000 years ago, He left codes for us. And we can follow these scriptures and they're accurate. That's why we believe there's a Heavenly Father.
Got a precept.
According to the scriptures, it was prophesied that the white man, the red Hebrew Edomite, Esau Edom, was going to come and take us into slavery again. That was prophesied by the Heavenly Father, and it happened to us. So you don't have to believe it, but I believe it because the things that happen in these scriptures happen to our people. So why wouldn't I believe it? The Apocrypha. This was originally in the Bible. You got 1611.
16:11.
One question at a time. The scripture said that all things be done decently and in order. I cannot answer two questions at once. Your wife asked me a question. I'm answering her question. Take that up with your wife. Go ahead. You got it, brother.
This St. John 7:38. St. John chapter 7 verse 38.
Have a good night.
He that believeth on me, as the scriptures have said, Out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water.
We just all say who created God.
Yeah, well
That's what I'm finna get for you.
No. I want to correct. I like to check these devils.
Yeah, you good. You good. It's all good.
That's the mentality of the so-called
Right.
white man.
Right.
Who created God?
Right.
That show you that his woman is gonna cleave onto it. When he's dead and he's
She gonna cleave to us, right.
They're gonna cleave the power.
Come.
And you see she not in order.
Right.
She wanted to stay here and get fed.
Hell yes she did. Hell yes she did, cause he don't know shit. He a fucking ass. And you can see she wanted to stay here.
Of course she did.
Hey, boy, look at here. Hey, that's beautiful. Hey, but for edification's sake, he said what? What did he ask you?
Why do we believe in a God? Hold on, Slocky. I asked him why doesn't he believe in a God? He couldn't give me an answer. Go ahead, Art.
So he said he didn't believe in God. No, he said who created God, right?
He said why do we believe in God and who created God?
Okay. Isaiah 43:10. Ye are my witnesses, saith the Lord Yahweh, and my servants whom I have chosen, that ye may know and believe me, and understand that I am he. Before me there was no God formed, neither shall there be after me.
Hey, he's the ancient
Come on,
of days,
man.
He is the beginning.
Come on, man.
You can't understand it. You can't even begin to fathom that.
Hey, that devil go. Hey, she might be a Jake.
Who created you as God? Exactly.
Hey, she was trying to get it. She might be a Jake.
That proves that, yeah, she might have been. No, but really,
Yeah.
she Lord seeking. She looking for Lord, man.
Right.
Women respect power. She seen power. She seen he was. I didn't have no fear. We didn't have no fear.
Right.
I called him out. She seen it.
Yeah, she respected that shit too.
And I'm putting them on blast, shaming them. So she see that. But fuck that. But my point is, you can tell he's an Edomite. All talking about why because the curses fit you and they fit us both.
Both.
Yeah.
That book is about Esau, it's about Jacob and Esau.
That's
the Edomite question. Who created God?
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, that's that pride.
Why do you believe there is a God? That's
Yeah. That's what he said. Why do you believe it's a God?
Yeah,
Oh man.
Yeah, that's
Nigga, who?
That's Edomite chapter 1 verse 1.
I know he wasn't listening to scripture.
Yeah, he ain't. Yeah. Now them you gotta deal straight from. Yeah.
Reasonably, rationally. The scriptures, they ain't trying to hear that shit.
Hey, that was beautiful though.
Psalms chapter 14, verse 1. The fool have said in his heart,
Right.
there is no God.
Beautiful.
The fool.
What did Job say about them?
They were base men, fools.
Children of what?
Children of base men.
What did it say?
It says the fool has said in his heart, there is no God.
Right.
Only a fool will fucking destroy the world that he lives in, man. Only a fool would do that.
Who said he wouldn't even let them sleep with their dogs?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
They violent at
sleep
earth.
with their dogs. I forgot who said that, but he wouldn't let them sleep with their dogs.
Hey, why? Why did Job say he wouldn't let him sleep with his dog? Because Proverbs 12:10 say what? A righteous man regard the life of his beast. So if you regard the life of your beast, you ain't gonna let no Edomite sleep next to your dog.
Hey, dog, end up dead end right.
Hey, come. And his nuts gonna be cut off.
Sodomize some dogs and shit.
What you done did?
How you gonna castrate the dog and then fuck him?
Come.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Damn devil.
And then they doing the fuck, they got the dog licking them in their face.
Come. You seen the chick that had her arms cut off? Her arms and legs cut off from the dog licking on her? Yeah. All right.
And Ox said, wow.
But the dog got the cleanest tongue on the planet, though. All right.
Hey, that's how Esau justifies wickedness. He like kissing the dog in the mouth.
Yeah, man. That's Esau,
They
man.
say the dog got the cleanest tongue. Cause they like tongue kissing the dog, man.
Yeah, that's Esau, man.
Hey, that's why the Lord said that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor feel the face of the world. They got to be quarantined, and eventually they got to be taken up out of here.
Right.
Hey, there ain't no room for you on this planet. They say they shall be chased out of the world for good reason. The Lord gonna look at. We already bringing out their track record. When you in the court system, what do? They bring out the charges, and then the judge say, all right, seeing that you did this, you're guilty of this, you're guilty of this. Your judgment and your punishment is this.
Watching the news the other day, the first thing they said about a brother was he got previous charges from years ago. He had a robbery charge, this charge, that charge, and then they brought up the charge he had previous.
The current charge.
So what they do is they discredit you
Hey, you know why he came up saying that? Because they watching us on YouTube. That's why he came up with that. The dude that was over there. Oh Lord, yeah, you seeing? They seeing, man.
But you know what? Even in Esau's
watching.
court system, if somebody gets found guilty of murder, they can't say, "But I love you."
Right.
They can't say, "Man, I
Right.
apologize. That was fucked up. What happened?"
You can't even say, I didn't know no better. What did
Right.
they say? Ignorance is no excuse for
Right.
wrong.
You still got to go through the judgment, and that's the same thing with the. That's more so with the Most High than with the so-called white man. What you did, and you got to pay for it. That you do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities, so we don't have to. So the world don't have to deal with this madness no more.
And they act like when they did this shit, they were so remorseful. Man, they was living it up, man. They was fucking. They had their children. They was having picnics, having parties, man. Taking pictures and sending it on postcards, man.
Barbecue.
Sending it to their fucking family members way in England and shit. Look what we doing over here. You know?
Barbecue, nigga.
If I may say this too, this is kind of off topic, but that's the problem with that mindset that this Edomite had, man, that there is no God. That's what led to this current state that the world is in now. Nothing but pollution and death. That's why the Lord said, put off the mortal and put on the immortal, man.
Why would somebody say there isn't a God?
They don't want consequences. They don't want for their actions.
Exactly. You don't want to be held accountable for your actions. You want to say, ain't no, you know, YOLO. You only live once, man.
Yeah.
That's what they put.
So it's okay to go break those boards and do all the wicked shit that y'all do.
And that's what helps them sleep at night. The idea that there's no God gives them license to kill and destroy.
Or that Yahweh was with them.
Yeah. That's what gives them that license to carry themselves the way they do. Because they believe that since there is no God and they're in power, by default that makes them God.
Or if there is a God, hey, he obviously must be with us because he's letting us do this to his children.
Because we win it.
That's what they say. They think
And that's why the Lord's introduction to the rest of the nations is going to be bloodshed. That's how the Lord's going to open up that introduction and that whole situation. He's going to enter in and he's going to show them judgment. The so-called white man been talking he been talking cash about the Lord. He don't exist. Oh, he might have had a wife and a whole family on the side. He might have, the so-called white man have said all kind of blasphemous stuff about the Lord. Put it in magazines, made money off of it, made merchandise out of it. So when the Lord gets back, he's not going to negotiate with you. You're going to find out who he is through what he do to you. That's why it says that in Ezekiel. The heathens going to know the Lord when he lay his hand on them in judgment. That's how they going to, when they hear Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, when they hear anything about the Most High, flashbacks to this moment in judgment is going to come into their mind. They're going to remember this day and age when people were starving and the Lord had people burn their tongues consuming their mouth and their eyes and their holes.
real quick, Psalms chapters 50 and 21. Sorry, 50 and 16. But Psalms 50 and 16. But unto the wicked, Yahweh, jumping out. But unto the wicked, Yahweh saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth?
So you should never have put your hands on this book.
Right.
Seeing thou hatest instruction and castest my words behind thee, now you want to say you don't believe in God. But you said this was a God-fearing country, didn't you? You got to swear on the Bible, don't you? You put it on your money, right? You God we trust, right? But now we calling out on your bullshit. There is no God. You said you was God, but now there is no God, right?
And that's why you create your own laws. You have set aside the laws of the Lord because you was going to establish your own laws. That's why the Lord say, what you putting your hand on this book for? You knew you was going to create your own laws, your own way of life. So why portray it through the scriptures? Why do that? Why not just create your own book? The Bible of the Edomites. The Edomites' book of life. Go ahead, you got it.
Hey, what did the dude say in the book of Eli? The words in this book. We gotta get the power.
Right.
Don't worry about it. Just give it to me. Get it.
Good.
It's a weapon.
Yeah.
It's a weapon.
The weapon,
and they
man.
used it until they got what they wanted to get.
Right.
Exactly.
When they got over here,
Exactly.
they presented this to Gad.
Right.
There was, hey, choose God.
In
all
the
right?
name of Christianity.
In the name of Christianity,
Yeah,
they
man.
raped, robbed, and murdered this place.
Come. Fuck
Back in Psalms 50 and 17. Seeing thou hatest instruction and castest my words behind thee, when thou sawest a thief, then consented with him, and hast been partakers with adulterers, thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit.
And that's what CNN, Fox News, National Geographic, the majority of these outlets is giving a mouth given to wickedness.
Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother. Thou slanderest thine own mother's son.
That's that devil. That's that Diablos, man. That deceiver. That slanderer, man. The accuser of thy brother, man. You got it, all.
The brother you brought out, they demonize us.
Yeah.
That's what they do. They slander us.
Right.
You know? First they say you crazy. First they say you crazy. They try to dismiss you. Once they see they can't dismiss you, then they gotta demonize you. You know? Because then that don't work. They gotta fucking put you down. You know? It says, these things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Thou thoughtest I was altogether such as one as thyself.
Right. So that read it one more time out, my
It
bad.
says, these things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such as one as thyself.
And that's why you came over here talking about in the name of Christianity, man. You done did all the rape, robbing, and murder and pillaging around the world in Christianity because you felt like the Lord was with you because he didn't judge you for it. But your judgment is future, man. It's a future time for your judgment as a whole.
It says, but I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes.
And that's why your kingdom falling now, man.
God.
That's why now you got to come down with great wrath on the Hebrew Israelites. That's why you're trying to move us off YouTube, because now you know the Lord is reproving you, man. And he's setting up his men, his elect in your eyes, man.
And there's nothing you can do about it.
Good.
And you know that. Because going back to the brother analogy of the 4 Ds, they dismiss you, they discredit you, they demonize you, and then they destroy you. They tried to dismiss and discredit us, but the elect is still being sealed. So now they got to demonize and destroy.
Oh, if I can say this, you devils thought the Lord looked like you. You know the truth, but that's what you push. You push to the people that the Lord look like you. Now the world know that he look like us, and it's a problem. Now it's a problem.
Now color don't matter.
Right.
Why does it matter? It doesn't matter. He's a spirit.
Right. Well, the Lord said, words him in spirit and truth.
He is a spirit. He's a spirit that's going to destroy you, man.
God.
Destroy it.
Get that one out. You got it. What you read, what it said by the seats. It said something about the seats in the Psalm 50. What it said? Read it again. 94 and 20. It was up there about around 20, 19 or 20.
It says, Psalms 50 and I think 19. Thou givest thy mouth to evil,
right,
and thy tongue frameth deceit.
Right. It said, thy giveth thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit. You got it out.
Psalms 94 and 20.
Right.
Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee?
No. We supposed to be separated from these devils. Go ahead.
Which frameth mischief by law?
Which frameth mischief by law, man.
Wow.
Right?
Wow. Hey,
get Isaiah 24.
Okay. Hey, mischief by law, man.
Right. Done.
You know?
Fucking devils, man. Hey.
And not even more mischief. You put the First Amendment, freedom of speech.
Verse 5.
Now you trying to amend this shit.
Right.
Now you trying to lock the internet down.
Come.
Now you trying to censor it.
That's what I'm finna say.
You know, now I can't say no F-bomb.
Right.
No, you know?
Right. The E-bomb.
Malik Logan you know, flag the damn channel.
Hey, now first, you ain't the Edomite. You ain't Edom. Now, we can't say Edom on YouTube. What's going on? Is you Edom? Well, who are you?
If you wasn't Edom, why would you?
Right. Why would you care about that?
Esau was done away England in 78.
Oh yeah, right. Right. So y'all the white people. You got it. I'll read that verse.
Isaiah 24:5.
Right.
The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants.
Oh, read that again.
The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof.
What inhabitants? The Edomites, the so-called white man, the devil.
You want to know who's in? You want to know who's in charge? You want to know who's in charge? Always follow the money, man. Follow the
Right.
money.
Oh yeah. Who face on the money, man? Job 9:24 say what? The earth was given into the hand of the wicked, right? He covered the faces of the judges. Who face on the money? The so-called white man. Who own the banks? The so-called white man. Who control every country? The so-called white man. You got it out. Read that.
It says, the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof.
Right.
Because they have transgressed the laws.
Who transgressing? The so-called white man. You got it.
Changed the ordinance.
Right.
Broken the everlasting covenant.
They create their own laws. The Lord never set you up to follow the laws of the Bible. That's why he said you had no business putting your hand on this book. Go ahead.
It says, therefore hath the curse devoured the earth.
See what I'm saying? It said, therefore the curse had devoured the earth. What curse? The wicked. Esau, Edom. It tell you in Proverbs 3 that the curse of the Lord is in the house of the wicked. You got it.
It says, therefore the inhabitants of the earth
Come on, we're going to pick them up. We're going to close them
and
away.
few men left.
Con, right. Right, yeah, con. Yeah, con, tell him to wrap it up. Yeah, hey, he said, let's go. Yeah, blowing them away. Oh man, we're going on 4 hours too, 3:51.
This is Revelation chapter 3 and verse 10.
Right.
Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation.
Hour of temptation, Jacob trouble, race riot, martial law, concentration camp, the RFD microchip, which is the mark of the beast.
Oh, that bitch in there, you brought it up.
Con. Hour of temptation, RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast for you stupid other camps out there. Go ahead, Doc.
Who shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth?
And that ain't talking about no Christianity or no white woman neither. Go ahead.
Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take that crown.
Right.
All right, so with that, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory
to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash.
Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who are the elders of Yasha Allah.
Oh, man.
And a sincere salutation to all you Akim, who are preaching this word and believing this word in all truth and in sincerity. Shalom.
Shalom.